You guys thought I was gonna be late. You thought I wasn't gonna make it? You thought I would make you wait around until streamer goes live. So early today, yeah. Just remember this. Next time it's 8:02 and you guys are spamming the chat, banging at the gates of the stream. Hi everybody, happy Tuesday. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Thanks, Morgan. Quick sick update, ear update. So the ear is mostly cleared out, but now I'm dizzy as hell. I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys, but I'm like, oh. I don't know, like if I move at all, my brain just kind of swims. Yeah, I know, I'm ear posting. I think that's what it is. I like your glasses, very cute, nerdy, chic. Thanks. You know, it's a vibe. So, you got a debuff? Dude, I get dizzy very easy for some reason. It's happened as I've gotten older. I don't know why. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And now I've got this thing, so. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Thanks for coming to the stream. Did they give you meds? I got a steroid. They gave me a steroid. I went to... Okay, so here's what happened. I think I told you this before. I'm not sure. So I went... My ear's been plugged since I went to LA for Tekken. And then I went to California again for San Jose for Watch the Throne. And I had airplane ear, and it was just clogged. It was clogged like crazy. And I thought it was just airplane ear. And I went to urgent care, and they were like, yeah, it looks fine in there. You should go to an ENT now. And I was like, uh-oh. Is everything okay? And they were like, you should go there now to figure it out. And I'm like, okay. And then I called the ENT, and they said, you need to do a hearing test. And I went to the hearing test place, and they're like, yeah, it's fluid. It's nothing permanent. You just have fluid in there. It's a sinus thing. And I'm like, okay. Do I need to go to the ENT? They're like, just take what they gave you. But they gave me 5 pills that are once a day. It's just a steroid. I'm still all gunky in here. My brain, like everything going on in the skull, it's all fluid up here. It's a mess. It's bad. So yeah, I'm on the roids for right now. Yeah, exactly. I'm juiced up a little bit. We'll see if it makes the stream any better. Hey, maybe I'll keep getting prescriptions. I'll just say I'm sick all the time, you know? Need to power wash your sinuses? Dude, I would if I could. If I could, like, batten down the hatches in my brain and, like, lock it up like a steel thing, and then just... That would feel so good. Have you guys ever, like, cleaned the inside of your ear, but, like, really gotten in there? There's a feeling that is indescribable. It feels so good. I recommend those on Amazon all the time. That is, like, the ultimate gift you can give to yourself this holiday season. Sincerely. Get yourself one of those ear things. Mine is from Swear. It's like Swear, but with a U instead of a W. It's so good. There's just... I have, like, 2 spots in my ear, and if I hit them, I scream out loud. Coney, I watched your old VOD of P ranking the poop level in Pizza Tower, and when I went to do it, it took like 3 tries. Thanks for that. That level, for some reason, took me the longest of any level in the game. And I was streaming it, and maybe it's because I was streaming it, but it pissed me off. Happy Cringe Confessional Day, everybody. Usually I do them on Wednesdays, but not this week. I think we're going to pop it tonight. Tomorrow, I've got a couple things I want to do. I think it'll be a fun stream. Apparently, Only Up 2 came out, so maybe I'll try that. I don't know. And then Thursday is a surprise stream. Something very surprising indeed. What could it be? Is it for the holiday season? Let me see it. What is it? Who is that? Who is this? Does it say hashtag not a gem, hashtag soyjack? Cole Chad? That's what that is? It's fine. They actually patched that level to make it easier to P rank. Did they really? That's so weird to me. I remember I said something, one of my only complaints about Pizza Tower was that the secrets were too annoying and hard to find, and I got raked over the coals for that. But I don't know what they did to make it easier. Maybe just adding another guy in the middle of a big empty spot. They made them way easier to find now. Yeah, I did hear that later, which I thought was fine. Like, I don't mind if there is a tell that is obscure. I get mad when there's no tell at all, which is why I hate Metroid games. Everybody gets mad because I say that Metroid games are annoying, but they are kind of sometimes. Metroid kind of pisses me off at times. So... Alright, let me tweet this out. Stream's up. Horror stories. Perfect. Hopefully no poop stories tonight. I don't think we had any last time. Hold on, I'm gonna... Is there a way to do scratch out text on Twitter? Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. That's just how I want. Good.
2 years ago, I submitted 3 poop stories and none of them made it on the stream, Sag.
You gotta poop your pants a few more times, buddy. Just try it a few more times, and eventually I'll get to it. Thanks, Desperate. Are we still a year behind? No, we're doing pretty good. We're in April now of this year. I do think. We're at the end of tonight, we're going to be done with April. So I think now we're in May. So we're running out of time. Is it still open to submit? Yeah. It never closes. It's open all the time. That's close to when I submitted. Well, maybe you'll be popping up tonight. Who knows? Big ups to Keen and E. Compton for coming up with the stories tonight. And big ups to me for my Steam year in review. Now, I did not look at this. I did tweet out the image. But I kind of wanted to look over it with you guys to, like, this is new to me. Somebody on my replies said that this is a lot of games played. Is it? I guess I'm stream-brained, so I don't know. Hold on, Mal's calling me. 1 second. Okay, sorry, there's a package outside and I gotta bring it in. So please remind me to bring it in a second, okay? It's a big deal. It's a big package that I have to bring in. Just remind me, okay? I will bring it in. Thank you. I thought 97 wasn't that many, but as you'll see in a second... Oh, here it is. Stack your year against the rest of the Steam community. Most people play 4 games a year? Which... Is that real? That can't be true. Do you know how many free games are on Steam? There's no way that people have only played 4. I had 8 Steam games this year. Are you serious? Most Steam users play Dota 2 or CSGO. Most of my friends are 3 or 4. Jesus Christ. I am a terminal gamer. You guys shouldn't be voting for anything on the Game Awards. You guys don't actually game. I should be the only person allowed to vote at the Game Awards. I bet even Jeff is only at like 40. My friend played TF2, Isaac, and Celeste. None of those came out this year, man. How about some new things? I played 80 games this year. Well, I played 97. Get your numbers up. Thanks, Kabeji. New things cost money. Not always. You can play the finals, which I think is free, right? I think that's true. Some people don't drop a game after 2 days. Oh, we'll get to that in a second. Lots of achievements for me. Wow, how impressive. These are my top 3 games. I feel kind of weird about this. Pictopix and Mario Picross, which I played on the Switch. Those are my 2 most played games, I'm pretty sure, this year. Which means I've played 97 games this year, and most of it was Picross. Which is kind of embarrassing. I'm like your aunt who loves crosswords. Except I need money. Ads right now. Money, money, money. Subscribe so I can buy more crossword puzzles. I need more Sudoku. More brain teasers and brain busters. Please subscribe. Twitch Prime below the stream. Hit the button to subscribe, and then click the little checkbox and click subscribe. By the way, Coney, I thought your movie trivia YouTube video was very good, Coney. Hey, that's a cult classic. That shit didn't break 30K. I knew that shit would bomb, but we needed stuff because I keep missing streams because I'm traveling and sick. So I was like, this is not going to do well, but let's put it out there and let's see. And, 30K, I mean, that's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, thank you, Matt, for the gifties. Delicious. Giving 10 people the gift of no ads for a whole month. Wow, a regular Santa Claus in the chat. Regular Saint Nick. The Northern Lion videos on that website are crazy. Dude, he is otherworldly. I watched him and another guy today go, I think, 105 rounds. And, like, when I watch it, I'm like, the other guy is definitely cheating. It is so easy to cheat in that game. I cheated with a chatter. There's a chatter that I ran into named, I think Brock. You're in here, right? I cheated against that guy because I was sure he was cheating against me. So we were just looking shit up back and forth, and we went up to like 80. And I think I locked him into something with some. I trapped him in something. Thanks, Baked. Yeah, I cheated. I knew he was cheating, so I cheated back. But I love that game. We'll play it tomorrow. Yeah, these are my stats. Most were new games that I played one time, like WarioWare. Pretty good. Me and a couple friends were together on Discord and found that Moneyball is OP. Moneyball? You got Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill. You could take either of those outs. That seems pretty easy. Thanks, Oki. Look at. So you want to talk about dropping a game in 2 days? You know what, though? This came out June 2nd. This was June 2nd, so that's the whole month of June and a little bit in July. That's a pretty good lifespan for me. That's not bad. Comparatively, it's not that bad.
Hey, what is that? My doth spy a free package on the sly, lazy and greedy streamer is my boon.
He
I'll
rhymes
snatch
now?
this present from that goo.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's a bed. It's a kid bed. It's huge. What would you even do with that, pirate? You gonna put your best mate in? A thieving pirate who rhymes? I was not a day one warrior. I played for a month, okay? I had 45 sessions and a 4-day streak. Pictopix, which apparently I popped off on in September. I was on the Steam Deck for this shit. Did you play any of the DLC characters? No, heavens no. And Pizza Tower, which came out in January, but I guess I went crazy in March. I left it on a lot. I had it on the TV, and my kid liked watching it. So those are all P ranks, yeah. You know, it's crazy here. I played, obviously, most of this when it came out. But do you see this? You see that? That's me launching it back in May one time to be like, does it work? Oh, cool. And then I stopped. That's what that is.
Please add this Mr. Coney link.
I got a very early copy. And I was like, how does it look? And I saw it, and I was like, ooh, this looks good. And then I didn't tell anybody because I was under NDA. What is this? No, I'm not adding this. What is this, my Go Live thing? I'm not adding this shit. I have a jump scare? Ah! That's so good. All right, if you want it, I'll give it to you. Fine. Dude, the people at the facility, that NFL thing, they loved me. I was making an ass out of myself. They loved it. All the other streamers were like, do a pose. I'm going foolish on the cams. And then Lies of P, which I played a lot, which was good. Yeah. Holy shit! You can't say I wasn't Street Fighter gaming. You can't say that. My ass was Street Fighter gaming, as you can see here, clearly. I was all over that shit. Oh, Resident Evil 4? Oh, okay. Damn, I played way less Resident Evil 4 than Pizza Tower. That's crazy. What's your hours played? I'll look in a second. It won't tell me. Coney never got out of silver. I was literally diamond. That was good. Diamond's good. Damn, I played a lot of games in May. There's Atomic Heart. Did I play more Atomic Heart than Resident Evil 4? Oh my god, I did. If you add those up, I think they're the same. Oh my god. That's crazy. Texas Chainsaw, Pictopix, Liza P, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Neat. And then only Lethal Company this month. I have not been gaming in December. You actually beat Atomic Heart, didn't you? Yes, I did. Yeah. This is Steam Deck stuff, Sonic Superstars, which I played one day. Yeah, and that day, longest streak, we started with Dragon's Lair 2 for some reason. Played this with friends and then played a bunch of other games one after another. Did a bounty for Snap. Awesome. God damn, that's a lot of games. Don't ever say I'm not gaming, dude. Well, some of these are grab bag nights. 8-Ball, New York Rat Simulator, Achievement Smile, School of Horror. All right, I might be padding numbers. Bad Guys at School, yeah. Maybe I'm padding numbers a bit. Wait, people publish theirs? How is Jacob gaming? He played 0 games. Oh, never. Holy shit! Oh my god! What did he... Neon White. He's big into Neon White. Stumble Guys, yep, he's getting paid for that. My Hero Ultra, whatever, and he got paid for that too. And probably for Among Us. Yeah, he's getting paid. This is a money angle. I feel that. Okay. Sure. Yeah, it's all Alpha Red Gold. Get your numbers up. Well, you know what? Maybe if I fucking had a second channel that got 100k views each, maybe I would. If I had somebody to play with. You know what I don't see on this list? Ratatouille for the GameCube. Notice that? Where's that? How much did I play Street Fighter 6? I left it on a lot. So... Damn! A lot of that is idling. Whoops. Alright, let me go get the package. I'll be right back. I gotta go get this thing from outside. 1 second. That shit was kind of heavy. Good Lord. That's like 200 pounds. And I moved it all alone, all by myself. I put it on my back like this. And I lifted it. Like how people in villages carry milk. You know what I mean? It was like really big. It's like 200 pounds. It's all wood, too. I'm very strong, yeah. Okay. Who wants to cringe? Woo! Okay. That shit is definitely gonna fall. Okay. Hey, good? No. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. Whew. Hi. Thank you, Turtle. Thank you guys for the subs, if I missed them. Turtle, Dio, Kegston, Cruzar, Rafa, Ray's Air Fryer. I don't own an air fryer. Should I get one? I've been really craving, like, really good fries. For some reason. Yes, everybody says yes. But what do you guys know? You guys are lazy. You guys can't cook. You don't know good foods. You guys probably get them just because you pop them in. Toblerone, okie dokie, baked for the gifty. Thank you. And Matt for the 10 gifties. Thank you guys very much. Oh, I love this track. Oh, I love this song. This song is so good. Okay. Oh, I'm wearing a green hat. Oh, well, now it looks like a denim hat, actually. That looks kind of cool. I like it. I own an air fryer and we only make fries with it. I hear fries and tendies are the good ones. Maybe a little bit of nuggies. This looks pretty good. Look at the denim hat. I like that. Should you shave before you make this? No, it's fine. Me and my rugged beard. I look like the bounty guy. Don't I look so handsome? Speaking of bounties, tomorrow is a sponsored stream. We're going to do a little bit of sponsoring from a fighting game. It's a fighting game, and it has very well-known IP. A fighting game with massive IP. Okay? It's not... You may be a little surprised. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Tomorrow is a sponsor stream. It's going to be a normal stream, and then 11 to 1 is the sponsored segment, 2 hours. Fighting game with some pretty big IP. I swear to God if it's Grand Blue. It is not Grand Blue, I can tell you that. Way bigger IP. Way bigger. Like, mass appeal IP. Okay? You'll see. ARMS 2? I don't think Nintendo would ever call me for a sponsored thing. I don't even know if Nintendo likes me. I know Nintendo employees like me. Some of me and them are cool. But Nintendo, like, proper, the Royal Nintendo, doesn't fuck with me one bit. I know they don't. Look, it's a fighting game with huge IP. Beloved the world over. Okay? I'm not going to tell you anything beyond that. They don't know you exist? Nintendo? Oh, they definitely know I exist. Oh, I know they know I exist. Okay, do I go here? This is good, right? Yeah. Aware? Yeah, I'm NDA'd, but I will... Well, I'm not really NDA'd anymore, am I? I guess it's been a year. Nintendo keeps tabs. That's what I'll tell you. They keep tabs on people. Unironically. They know what you're up to. They know the worst thing I've ever said on this stream. And there's a bunch. The Nintendo Ninjas are real. Yes. Yeah. I don't even know the worst thing I've ever said on the stream. Too many to choose from. The Japanese movie game. That was a fun game. That was a good time. Probably the Jabba impression? No. You think that's the worst thing I've ever done? And Dennis, he's like, fuck this guy. I hate this dude. Okay, mic's on, but boom. Yep. Little bug is bugging. Good. Green screen's a little weird. This side? Yeah. Not that I care that much. It's just important to have good production, you know? Look what I found. Oakley dokley. Happy cringing, everybody. It's Cringemas. Oh my god, I didn't think of that until just now. Oh man, I missed out. Maybe this will come out on Christmas. When is Christmas this year? Monday. This actually might be a Christmas video. Oh my god. That's crazy. Cringe Kringle? Wouldn't it be Cringel? There's got to be a better way to do this. This seems like a bad video to post on Christmas. Maybe wait till Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? You need a Christmas backdrop, though. Snow green screen. Wait, that's what the editor does. Why am I doing this? That's what the editor's supposed to do. I'll leave that up to whoever puts this up on YouTube. I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's Quinn or Tommy. Okay. Let's get into it, everybody. Tonight's stories are a collection from February until May of this year, which means we are running low. Now, it's not critical yet, but we are running a little low on stories. So if you've got any stories, go ahead and submit, because this series does have an ending. It does have an expiration date, just like Web Surf before it. One day we will have the final Cringe Confessional. So you guys better, get to pooping your pants, get to embarrassing yourself in front of your unrequited loves, do some horrible stuff in public, and then submit it anonymously. Or just make it up. Make up stories. That's fine. Just don't do it from a cringe subreddit, because people will know somehow. People know that. They don't include ones from, like, November. We have a backlog. We have so many from over the years. We used to have a lot more, but they're running out a little bit. Time to submit stories from other people. Yeah, ask your friends and loved ones. All right, let's get to it. Fellas, welcome back to Cringe Confessional, the only show on the internet that exposes your most private, awful moments, terrible times, the worst moments of your life. That's right, it's Cringe Confessional. Hey, before we do anything, watch this. I hear that this works. Like the video. Subscribe. Look down there. Like the video. Subscribe. Like the video. Like the video. Like the video. Subscribe. Subscribe. Like the video. Subscribe. Like the video. Did it work? Is it doing it? It's supposed to, like, light up and do that. Comment below if it worked. Tell me, because I've never seen it. I don't watch YouTube, but you do, and that's why you're here. I set up a site at cringe.coney.gg where anonymous Twitch chatters can tell me their most embarrassing stories and terrible tales. And so what we're going to do is watch some of them and laugh at them and hopefully find a little bit of empathy, because we've all been there before. I've got Twitch chat right here in the vague... I should have had this down because I think I bring it up later. Twitch chat is here with me. Actually, they're right here because it's through the power of editing. And we're all going to enjoy some horrible, harrowing stories of embarrassment and cringe. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm stalling because I always forget how long this intro is. We're a minute in out of 2 minutes, so I'm going to stop now. Let's get to cringing, shall we? I always want to go the whole song, and I forget how long the song is, because we do this once a month, and I'm listening for the outro to end so I can finish, and then it doesn't happen. It just keeps fucking going. Have you guys seen what I'm talking about, by the way? With the video and the subscription thing? That's so cool. You guys haven't seen it? Hold on, let me show you just in case you haven't. I think most of you have. Hold on. So now, if the streamer says like or subscribe, it does this. He's saying subscribe. Look, it does that. It'll light up below the video itself. Apparently that's real. Yeah, it's so fancy. Look at this. Well, that's the like one. That doesn't count, but I saw that and I was shocked. Yeah, apparently that works. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's something I have to opt in to or try, But apparently that's a real thing. So that's really scary, not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know how they do it, but I think it's cool. So comment below if you got to see it happen. Oh, they're not gonna see this part. We're past the intro. Darkstalkers on cab? Is that what that is? Oh, it is, isn't it? Do you think it works in other languages? How do you say, like, gusta? Gusta, 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 gusta. Okay. In Spanish, we just say like. Oh. Okay. Let me make sure this is working. Let's pick out a voice for tonight. Who will be our narrator for this evening? I got a couple AI voices, a couple... This really, chat is definitely going to this. There's going to be a lot of thising. All right, let's do... I get 10 minutes of AI voices. Let's do Liam. Start it up.
This story takes place last year on my birthday.
Okay.
For a little background information, me and this girl had been talking for about a month at school.
Cool.
Me and her were around the same age in high school, just being 1 year in age apart, and had met through mutual friends.
Okay.
We had common interests such as anime, music, games, etc. Over the course of time before my birthday, I had garnered feelings for her, but there was a twist. She was interested in another girl that lived in her hometown.
Oh, this could go bad. Okay. Did you know that? Surely you... Okay, I'll just let it keep going. I have so many questions already, but let's let it keep going.
She was interested in another... Now coming to know this information, I was conflicted on what I should do, but I decided to still continue with my feelings and long-ball it.
Well...
We continued to talk, text every day together, and got even more closer with each other. Finally, my birthday arrived, and it was on a Friday.
Okay.
Before I left for school, she texted me saying she would only be there until lunch but had a gift for me before she left.
Uh-huh.
I show up and the day had been going great. She even announced my birthday over the intercom and told me she loved me very much.
Okay, is this a guy in the story? According to my analytics, there is a 96% chance that this is a guy telling the story. Which changes the whole dynamic, right? That's very different. So I'm going to go ahead and guess yes. which changes this story from being, this like unrequited love triangle kind of thing to just like a dude that just can't accept the reality. Could be a girl, but that's what I'm saying. There's a 4% chance this is a woman or a girl. They said another girl, which makes it sound like a girl is posting this. I took another girl as in this was a girl and they were interested in another girl. Yeah, 96% is that. Okay. Maybe she's bi. Well, maybe. Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing is I guess that's what the submitter is hoping for. Let's hear how it ends. Apparently she loved them very much. I'm not getting any pronouns for this person, whoever submitted. I'm getting no clues here. I'm like spitballing here, flapping in the wind.
I show up and the day had... Of course I was flattered and couldn't wait to see her.
Okay.
Lunch finally came, and before she left she gave me her gift, which was a rose and an anime drawing.
Dude, it's a rose. She's into you. Okay, yeah.
Of course I was soaring with emotions and had hugged her, telling her
that's
thank
very
you.
Sweet, yeah.
She left school and we texted all day, until that evening.
Okay.
We were calling, and during the call, like the fool I was, I accidentally confessed due to how happy I was.
Well, I don't think
she paused and rejected my feelings, to which we soon hung up. I was incredibly sad for a while, knowing I had fumbled that shit hard.
Well,
we don't talk as much anymore,
I don't
and are
think
giving each other space until we want to talk again.
No, I don't think you fumbled anything at all. That's it. That's the end of the story. That's not a fumble. Chatter, everything was played correctly. None of this is cringe. You did everything correctly and right. Yeah, just sometimes things aren't meant to be. This isn't cringe at all. I think this was included to give Chatter's perspective, because like maybe you guys think that every unrequited love story or every relationship that doesn't last until the end of time or even begin is like a personal failing. It's not, man. She just wasn't into you. It's cool. It's her fault, if anything. Well, I don't know if I'll go that far, Chatter. I see where you're going with this, but I don't think, I don't necessarily think there's blame anywhere. I don't know if I'd say that. I get what you're saying. The rose is laying it on kind of thick, right? Sending a rose and saying, I love this person, I get it. But Coney, a rose. Yeah, but like there are yellow roses, which means something else. Did you know that? Red roses mean love, but there are other kinds of roses, plenty, actually. This isn't that embarrassing. This is fine. Not a cringe story. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Take it easy. Thanks, Meta, for the Prime. Yeah, that's true. We don't know how the confession happened. We just know it was on the phone, and they're giving each other space. I'm sure it was fine and harmless. Black Rose means you will die in 7 days. No, dummy, that's the black spot. Like from Muppet Treasure Island. And maybe real life. I don't know. I just know it was from the movie with the Muppets.
I learned about people gossiping about me in one of the worst ways possible.
Ooh, okay.
For context, I'm in a finance class with a really chill teacher, and my friends and I all kinda sit close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, a friend of mine was talking to one of her friends who I'm acquainted with, but not really friends with. Anyways, her friend was talking to her and tried to start a conversation about a person.
Okay.
However, she wouldn't say the name out loud. My friend seemed really dumbfounded, so she tried to find other ways to implicate this person.
Oh,
For
and
some
you're
reason,
just sitting
she tried
right
to
there,
say this
huh?
person's name with sign language.
Okay.
She-
Was the sign language like this? Acting like you're going for like an F, but you're like pointing the F, like over there. Is that what we were doing
She
here?
spelled that person's name out, and my friend couldn't recognize it. What that person didn't know is that I know ASL and could see that she was spelling my name out.
This is like a How I Met Your Mother plot. This feels like, did this happen on Big Bang Theory? I don't think this really happen?
Eventually, she just gave up and dragged my friend outside the classroom to talk about whatever.
Well, now it's very obvious.
I don't know what they could have been talking about. I did recently get rejected by a separate mutual friend, but it wasn't anything dramatic and we're cool about it. So now I'm just wondering what I...
Okay, and that's the end of that. That's pretty funny. Well, I don't know. I guess that's kind of embarrassing, but if you don't know what you did, how could you be embarrassed? People be talking shit all the time, and for nothing, too. Yeah, that's a silly story, but it's not really cringe. Should have asked her back in ASL. That sounds like a fun... That is how the sketch would have ended on How I Met Your Mother. Then it would have been a laugh track, and then transition to the next scene. Maybe like on Family Matters or something, and it plays the hit, and then it fades into the house or something. Very silly indeed. This isn't cringe. School kids be gossiping, bro. Cringe Confessional fell off. That's what I'm saying. Where's the poop?
In my junior year of high school, I had been friends with this girl for a couple months. One day we were hanging out and she asked me to the homecoming dance.
Okay.
I didn't really want to go with her, but I was kinda pressured into it by my friends.
Okay.
I ended up saying yes. After she left, they told me that she likes me and I was miserable.
Well, yeah. Obviously. Did you think that wasn't how that was gonna go? She was just asking you as a joke? Yeah, she's into you. She asked you to go to the dance. Why are you miserable?
I didn't want to take it back and tell her no after, so I just decided to go with her to the dance and then tell her after.
Have a fun night.
On the day of the dance, we met up to take pictures. What I didn't expect was that her entire family was there.
Okay.
I had to go through
All
and
right.
talk to her parents, grandparents, brothers, and cousins.
Oh, they're remembering the day.
When we were talking
a
to her
very
grandma,
special
she said
moment.
this one's a keeper or something along the lines of that.
Oh, yes. I love that. Her family loves you, don't they? You are hilarious. The whole damn family tree arriving at this one date, which is, and she probably talked to you about you to all of them, too. You are all of their favorite boy.
When we were talking
That
to
is
her
tremendous.
grandma, she said this one. Keep in mind I had no interest in this girl at all. Looking
Okay.
back on it is funny as hell, but definitely one of the most uncomfortable experiences of my life.
That's pretty good. I wonder how much she set you up for that. She's probably telling them about this dreamy guy that she's into, that really likes her back, and they're going to the dance together, and they love each other, and things are so good. How does it end? I think it very uneventful. I think it's just they went to the dance and that was it. That's the end of the story. If you reject this girl, her entire family is talking trash about her. Yeah, you're gonna incite some shit in the family forever. If they never see you again, you got that girl into so much trouble. Her family now hates you? No, I think the opposite. I think her family now makes fun of her. Messing up the whole dynamic. I guess that is kind of weird when you think about it. Those, like, if you're not in, like, a real relationship, those moments where, like, you're taking pictures outside for homecoming or prom or whatever, and the guy's been you've been dating for, like, a week. Even a week is fine, actually. But, like, one time is a little different. Dating is weird. Honestly, high school, like, rites of passage are weird. You're supposed to, like, give them a lot of, like, gravity, and they're supposed to mean a whole lot, but really, at the end of the day, who gives a shit? High school feels like, it feels so important when you're in it.
I was a little kid about 7 or 8 years old with my mom at a Dillon's.
I don't know what a Dillon's is, Zeph. I'm gonna guess that's a grocery store. Yes? True? Yeah? Dillard's? Department store. Okay.
We were shopping for my aunt who just recently had her child, and I was
Just
ecstatic
need a little
about
bit
it.
of context.
My mom and I were about ready to check out, and I noticed a lady chatting with her friend in one of the aisles being on the heavier side.
Okay.
I recently learned being pregnant was supposed to be this joyous occasion that should be celebrated.
Okay, yeah. Damn, I ran out of AI voices already? These guys are stingy as hell.
And so I went up to that lady and started happily
Okay.
congratulating her and started
Hey,
poking at
good
her
for
belly.
you. There's
She
a
stopped
baby
for a
in
moment and
there.
looked at me with daggers in her eyes, while
Yeah.
everyone else in
Good
the
for you,
checkout aisle
everybody.
watched.
Let's clap it up for this lady. Baby's coming out. A true miracle. The joy of life.
She stopped for a moment
Amazing.
and looked at me with I was still clueless to the fact that I basically ruined this lady's whole
woman.
week and cheerfully asked her if it was a boy or a
that's
girl.
sweet.
My mom yanked me back and gave me a stern talking to in front of that lady, which probably didn't help matters.
Well, what I was going to say, the mom now made it even weirder. Honey, she's not pregnant. She's just obese. Shh. That's not nice. She feels as much shame about her condition as you do, and we all do. There's no reason to bring attention to it.
My mom.
She's the fattest lady in here. That woman's either pregnant or has 8 kids.
We left, and I still didn't know what I had done.
Fucking octuplets in there. What if she was pregnant and the mom was wrong? Yeah, exactly. What if it went the other way? What if, you never know who's showing. Dude, my wife did not show until we were at the hospital. You couldn't tell. You straight up couldn't tell. It was weird. Baby was just hiding in there, man. How? I don't know. Like, there was like a little bump, but when she was wearing clothes, you couldn't really tell. Was she pregnant? Far as I knew. We were there, and the baby came out, so I think, unless it was a very elaborate magic trick, had an illusionist at the hospital. Your baby is short, literally the opposite. She's freakishly tall. Did you know the editor cut all this because I don't want this on YouTube because people will be weird. My kid is the 95th percentile for height. I'm not kidding. She is freakishly tall, man. Seriously. She's kind of leveled out a little bit. But like, yeah, she's way taller than the other kids in her grade or in her age or whatever. For girls or boys? For girls. For, 3-year-olds. Now it's a little bit more, but bro is bragging. My ass is not bragging. She is going to be, I'm 5'9", and Mal is 5'7", so she's going to be 5'7", 5'6", maybe. Like, we're the same. The reason I'm 5'9" is because my bitch mom decided to be 5 foot flat. She's 5 feet even. And I will never forgive her for that. My dad is 6 foot. So what happens? It's half in the middle and then plus 3 inches. That's how that shit goes. I will never forgive her. Come from a short-ass family. I'm above the curve, just to be clear, in my family. Coney, you can't say that about your mom. Sure I can. She's not here. It's not Christmas yet. I'm not on any naughty or nice lists. I'm too old. A lot of kids ask these kind of questions. That's been a regular theme in Cringe Confessional. Kids be asking funny-ass questions. True?
When I was in the 5th grade, I liked this girl.
Okay.
And I wanted to impress her by singing, and thus I need to learn a song.
Sure.
Take a minute to guess what song I wanted to learn.
Happy birthday to you.
Not,
oh, whoops,
but
it
to
skipped.
not,
Wait.
And I wanted to, if you guessed Pitch Lasagna by PBT, you would be correct. Once I fully learned,
okay.
If you guessed,
that was not my guess. Did anyone in chat guess that? Did any of you think that? Wasn't my first guess. I don't know this song, actually. I just know it was the T-Series thing. It was during the... I was so old that I felt embarrassed for even having it in my recommended. So I didn't click on it out of spite. Look it up. It's a classic. Hold on. I just know it's a T-Series thing. Because they were fighting with, like, an Indian YouTube channel, right?
But you India, you lose. So best think you haven't won. When I'm through with you, we're gonna be completely fucking done. Cause we only just begun. I review you. 0 vibe is gone. So come on, T-Series. Looking hungry for some drama.
Wait, so it's actually about... Like, it's fully about T-Series. It's not like an abstraction of, like, I don't like this person. It's like a diss rap, which happens, like, in the real world. It's about T-Series. This is literally about T-Series. So you're rapping to her about T-Series. That's the idea.
Here,
You're learning to sing this? Is there singing in it?
serve you bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch lasagna.
Why did he say that? What did he mean by that?
Bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. Look at T-Series, they just crying for their mama.
At what age did you get an iPad? Be honest. You were singing this in the 5th grade. Bitch Lasagna came out in 2018. Oh my god. Wait. 28. Wait. This person is still in high school. This is a child? This person is 15. He's in the 10th grade now. Okay. Are you allowed to be on Twitch? Reveal yourself, chatter. Where are you? Okay. All right, so what happened?
if you guessed Pitch Lasagna, but once I fully learned the song, it was...
Hold on, there's some very important context in the parentheses. Okay, so I want you to hear this line.
When I was in the... Once I fully learned the song, it was yearbook day.
Okay, so that's the sentence with parentheses. Parentheses take out stuff in the message. This is without parentheses.
Once I fully learned the song 3 weeks later, I really was untalented at everything back then. It was yearbook day.
Yeah, so it took 3 weeks to learn Bitch Lasagna. Bitch Lasagna is a 2-minute song, and that's not counting intros and outros. I don't know how long he frames the song, but it's 2 minutes with all that. The chorus has 2 words in it. I feel like the song probably has 100 words total. He says T-Series a lot. Unless you're changing them with her name, I don't think you would do that. You'd be inflammatory.
Once I fully learned this, I was gonna do it, but I was too nervous, so I
Good.
asked her for yearbook signature.
I'm glad you did.
But to not make it obvious that I liked her, I asked every other girl to sign my yearbook.
Okay.
And comically, of the around 9 girls I asked to sign my yearbook, only her and her friends actually signed
that's fine.
it.
You just asked
She,
a bunch of
however,
people to
did
sign
not
it.
sign
That's
it with
fine.
her number, so I got a line paper and wrote mine down on it, and gave
Okay.
it to her at the end of the day.
Is that a word? Writ is wrote, right? Am I stupid?
There is only one problem.
Okay.
There was an in-school parade at the end of that day, So I walked over to her and gave her the note without saying a word
Uh-huh.
and walked over to the other side of the class line where my friends were.
Okay.
Needless to say, she did not call or text
So
me.
she's not into you.
I
Yeah,
still
got
held
it.
on to my
Okay.
crush on her for the next 2 years
That's
when I
weird.
finally
Okay.
moved on
Did
and
you ever
then
do
began liking a
bitch
different
lasagna?
girl
Did
who I
we-
went on to date for around 8 months.
That's sweet.
And in an
Okay.
even more comical turn of events in the least year of middle school, I asked this girl
Uh-huh.
for her
Yeah.
number because she was one of my best and only
Okay,
friends
yep,
throughout
we got the
middle
number,
school
yep.
for the purpose
Sure.
of communication, and she
Uh-huh.
gave me her number as a friend.
Okay, now
I
you
am
have a
now
number.
in freshman year of high
Uh-huh,
school at
yep.
a high school where the least of my middle
Yeah.
school colleagues went,
Uh-huh,
and
yeah.
I'm not looking for
Okay.
a date
Mhm.
because I realize that it won't mature.
Okay, got it. I think chatter, coming from the nicest place possible, I think we need to speak to our primary care physician about maybe some 5-ants, maybe some Adderall. I think we lost focus there, somewhere in the middle. Or we were trying to hit like a word limit. There's no word limit on Cringe Confessional. You can wrap that up way sooner. I think we got the gist of it. Maybe another year in 10th grade would do you good. I don't know. Maybe it's time to read Gatsby again. A bit of a long... Bro is failing AP Lit. You gotta wrap it up a little bit sooner on that. I think that's just how you write in school. I haven't written anything in a long time. I shouldn't be making fun. I'm making fun of this person, but I went unschooled and I lost immediately because of math. Simple multiplication. Because I have not done it since 10th grade or college. Second year college, actually. Because my third and fourth years, I was like, well, I'm done with math. Which means I haven't done math since community college when I was 21. I am now 35. I haven't done math like by hand in 14 years. So I think that's just what happens when you write every day. You write a whole bunch. I haven't written anything down. I don't know. Maybe this is just how things are at school. Holy shit, you're old. Hey, it's going to happen to you too. You keep saying that, man. All I know is that I'm going to die before the world dies. So, good luck. I'll be gone. Seas are going to boil and all the animals are dead and I'm going to be in the ground and your ass is going to have to deal with it. Good night. I'll be fine, man. Especially if you're in California. Wait till that San Andreas Fault. I keep talking about the San Andreas Fault, but it's going to happen. You're living until like 70. Imagine if I'm going to like 90 and I'm like, fuck. The planet's going to die in like a year. Just kill me, God. The worst thing to be in the apocalypse is old because you can't even try to get out. You have to sit there and watch that shit happen. That's got to be way worse. I hope I die a day before the meteor hits. Please, man. Get me out of here.
My sophomore year of college.
Wait, where did the thing go? I blew it. Let's change the, big ass gorilla. Uh-oh.
Big ass gorilla.
Watch out for the...
Big ass gorilla.
I wanted to do the chest beating, but I have to hold the mic. Thank you, Big Ass Gorilla, giving the gift of no ads for 1 month to 5 very lucky viewers. Put them on your back, Gorilla. Pop the oat. Gorillas don't make ooh, ah sounds. I don't think, do they? I guess they do. I thought that was more of a chimp thing. Let's go, Heather. Take it away, Heather.
My sophomore year of college, I started making friends outside of my high school friend circle.
Okay.
This girl in my calculus class and I have a test coming up, so we're hanging out in her dorm room studying and chatting.
Mm-hmm.
This is our first time hanging out outside of class.
Cool.
We're
How's it
laughing
going?
and cutting up with each other, and she hits me with a lighthearted jokey insult.
Uh-oh.
Back in high school,
take that
I
shit
used to do this
seriously.
thing where I would put my head down and fake cry when my friends did something
no.
like this.
Oh, no, he hit the dream. The dream on stage. Okay, yeah, okay. Good bit? I don't know. We'll see. How'd it go?
No real reason, but thought this was a perfect opportunity to break it out.
She's going to love this one. I'm gonna pretend to cry. That's gonna kill. She's gonna bowl over laughing. Funniest thing she's ever seen.
After a few seconds of this, I realize she's not saying anything, so I stop and look up. She's horrified and looks like she's about to sprint out the door.
What?
I'm 6'7", by the way, so I'm already pretty intimidating by nature.
Oh, gentle giant. Oh, that's sweet. A big-ass, gentle, crying giant. 6'7" dude pretending to cry. You broke his heart.
I'm 6. I realize what this could look like to someone who doesn't know me very well. So I apologized profusely, then left out of embarrassment.
How fake crying are we talking? Are you like boo hoo 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 boo hoo hoo, or like sniffling? How committed to the bit are we? I wonder how serious we got it. Can you make yourself cry? Some people can do that. You like bite your cheek or something. I've never been able to do that. My ass is too jolly.
I realize I guess she chose to forget about it as we stayed in touch throughout college, but I haven't forgotten.
Oh, that's bad. I think the worst cringe, I think the worst cringe that's ever submitted are the things that happen in silence that are never brought up again. Because you don't know how much the other person felt about it or still thinks about it or how often it replays in their head. You know what I'm saying? It's the kind of thing that, like, does this replay every time you and I interact? There's no closure or resolution to it. This might be the only way the girl looks at you now. That big-ass crying weird guy. That fucking guy. Nighttime thoughts, yeah. Hey, but at least it's just between you and her. Although, never mind, she's definitely telling people. You know Corey? Yeah, big-ass Corey. 7-foot Corey? Yeah, he did this thing once where he, like, pretended to cry. Full-on, like, red cheeks, snotty nose. Blue. The tree remembers what the axe forgets. Damn. That is cutting. I like that. Very wise words here in the Coney stream. This is why we do Cringe Confessional. A little bit of wisdom here. I like that.
One day I was
Good pun, Coney. Shut the fuck up. I don't do puns on purpose.
One day I was waiting for class to start when we had a surprise fire drill.
Uh-oh, surprise fire
midwinter
drill.
at this
Everybody
point, and
outside.
no one-
I forgot people do this. That's so weird to me. I guess they do this at jobs, too. They did this at my old job. They would get us ice cream for doing it. But we had to stand outside in the cold or the heat, and it felt very juvenile. My mall does this. I guess it's normal. I feel like if there's a real fire, like, you're probably... Whatever. What do I know? I was going to say, I don't think we need fire drills. Just saying. I don't think there's a reason for it. What am I going to do? Not run? If the fire's in my part of the store, I'm running. If it's not, I'm walking. I know where to go. I'll just go outside. Those are usually done on campus as well, but it's voluntary. Hey, there's a fire going on. If you want to leave, you can. If not, like, we'll probably put it out. I don't know.
It was midwinter at this point, and no one really cared for what was going on, so me and my friends start to throw snowballs at each other.
Uh-huh.
My friend
Fun.
turns around and I throw a small snowball into his back.
Okay.
I was oblivious to the fact that there was a teacher watching the whole time.
Busted.
He starts to yell at me as though I had just committed some serious crime.
Don't you love that? The teachers who are way too serious take that shit like it's life or death, like he's in the homicide unit. Love that. This is going to sound really fucked up, but ever since I got older and I realized that teachers are not paid like they should be, I'm always like, hey, take it easy, Mr. Johnson. Relax, okay? Neither of us is in any mortal danger. Why are you treating this shit like you're a Supreme Court judge? You know what I'm saying? Relax. You're not paid enough to care. Exactly. You don't get paid enough for this. What do you think is the worst that's going to happen here? Kids suck. I think teachers. I think they get burnt out and frayed. over all the time they have to spend. I think most teachers do their best, and it's just exhausting having to like, you're not the first kid he yelled at. This is the opposite reaction you should have. Well, I don't know what what am I going to do? Pay them more? I'm not tipping teachers. Until some financial infrastructure gets tipped over, I'm going to listen. I'm just telling you the reality of things. I think you should be paid more too, but also, I don't think you should give a shit. Acting like you're fucking Judge Dredd. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was oblivious to the fact that I stand there with pretty much the entire school watching as this teacher tells me how stupid I was and how awful I should feel for throwing this minuscule snowball.
Mr. Yuskavage, take it easy. Good Lord. That's the end of the story, by the way. You weren't cringe here. This isn't your fault. You didn't even do anything wrong. This is the teacher. I simply throw a snowball at the teacher. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. You were having fun outside during a fire drill that you weren't, like, what else are you fucking supposed to do? There's snow outside. You're a fucking kid. Who cares? And I don't even know how old you were here. I'm going to assume you're in high school. But if you're younger, it's even easier. Whatever, man. That teacher is cringe. You should lighten up. Get your money up, teach. Take some extra classes, true? Maybe become a professor. Time for some night school, you know what I'm saying?
I am British. I know, cringe already. But wait.
That's a pretty good framing. Oh, wait, hold on. If you're British, hold on. We used to have a British guy. Is it Rod?
I am British. I know, cringe already.
No, Rod is grade. Who was the British guy? I don't know what his name was. Peter? Peter's not here anymore. Peter's gone. What happened to Peter? They took him off. Yeah, I loved Peter. He was great. Mike, maybe?
I am British.
Can I pick UK voices? Wait! No. I think I found him. He's here! They changed the languages. So now English and UK are in separate sections, but I found him.
I am British.
Yes!
I know. Cringe already.
I love Peter.
But wait.
Peter's back, baby!
As you may remember, back in 2012,
that's my boy.
The Olympic Games were held in London.
They sure were.
In the lead up to the Olympics, the burning Olympic torch gets carried by various famous people all around the country.
That's right.
Including the city I lived in.
And that shit goes out a lot. Did you guys know that? As they take it around, that shit goes out constantly.
At the time, I was around 10 years old, and my primary school told us that we were all going to get to take part in the celebrations for the torch arriving in our city that
Hooray!
year. We made paper mac versions of the torches,
Uh-huh.
tried various sports they compete in at the Olympics,
Cool.
and other things like that.
That's awesome.
Apparently, we were even going to get to go up on the stage they had set up in the Central Park
Damn,
in
how
town
prestigious.
in front of thousands of people live on TV.
That's amazing.
I
Good
was
for
really
you.
excited, as anyone would be in this situation.
Sure, yeah.
Our school got there much earlier than we needed to, and it had recently rained, so we had to stand around in the muddy park for hours before the torch even arrived.
Okay.
We hardly saw it passing through due to the huge crowd, and
Yeah.
there was a long wait until we would actually be able to go up on the stage with
So
it
you're
either.
just standing around
We
waiting
didn't
for
have
the
anywhere
guy.
to sit down either.
Yeah.
At that age, I was a bit of a whiny little bitch, so I kept complaining to my parents.
I
that
mean,
I
I
was
would too
tired
if I
and
was
hated
10.
It here, and when can we get moving, and why is nothing happening, etc.
Well, yeah, if you're 10 years old, obviously.
I decided that I just wanted to go home.
Sure.
My parents agreed that since I was really upset and tired, even though it was for no good reason,
It is for a good
we should
reason.
go if that's what I really want to do.
No, you're 10 years old. They shouldn't expect you to do this. You're fine.
As we were walking away, I looked back and saw the rest of my class start to go up onto the stage.
No!
I immediately panicked, but at that point there was a large crowd between us and the stage, and it was already too late. I heard they even got to touch the torch as it was passed around on stage.
Oh, you never got to
next
touch
day-
that. That torch has been touched by the greatest athletes of generations, and you didn't get to touch it.
The next day, my
Oh,
friends asked me what
no.
happened and why I wasn't there with them. but I just ran away because I didn't want to answer.
A lot of running away on Cringe Confessional.
To make matters worse, as we were walking away, my parents tried to cheer me up by buying me an ice cream, but I dropped it on the ground because I guess God just hated me that day or
That's
something.
pretty funny, yeah.
There's
yeah.
videos on YouTube of the event where you can see my class up on that stage.
Yeah.
Without me, of course.
That's pretty funny. That's good. You know, I don't blame you for this one. I don't think it's cringe. I think at 10 years old, of course, you're going to be a whiny little bitch. Most 10-year-olds are. And did you really miss anything? Be honest. I felt the same way when I was in elementary school. Bill Clinton came to my school. I know I'm old. Bill Clinton came to my school and shook everybody's hand. And I was sick that day. And I was like, oh, I didn't get to shake Bill Clinton's hand. But now I'm like, who cares? Why would that affect me? That really hurt me, though, back then. The shit that seems important to you when you're a kid, you think it's going to be this, like, I don't know, defining moment for you. Who cares, man? Joe Flacco went to my school. I think he went to mine, too, actually. Because he was like a Ravens quarterback, right? Yeah, I just don't... Who gives a shit? It's fine. A lot has happened since then. Well, okay. Okay, are we saying that we wouldn't want to shake Bill Clinton's hand now in 2023? Because also, I think the Olympics have been under a lot of shit, too. I don't know if they're as prestigious as they used to be. I think both of those things are in trouble. I think it's just a matter of not being able to have bragging rights. Maybe. I don't know. I think you're fine. Except for the ice cream thing. That sounds like an L. Everything else, who cares? The Olympics are weird because, like... I don't know. I just don't feel like they're a big deal. I feel like they should be. It's supposed to be showcasing the greatest athletes at that point in history, but, like... I don't know. They are. I know they're a big deal, like, outside of me. I'm just saying, like, I feel like they're not as big as they were when I was younger. And I think it's because before, there's so many more places now to get content or get entertainment. And before, it was like 5 channels. And all the channels would tell you about the Olympics. So now it's just cultural dissolution. It's kind of interesting. Pandemic killed a lot of Olympic hype. Did it? I was thinking about this the other day. The pandemic is definitely going to be a generational shift moment in the same way that 9/11 was. Like, I know that's a very simple, easy thing, but like everybody's like, yeah, obviously. I know that's not like a big take or anything, but like in 10 years, it's really going to crystallize and be apparent. And I'm interested to see how things, like... Because like, even at a small level, like, my ass is never driving to Chipotle again. You know what I'm saying? That shit is expensive now, and it would take me like 20 minutes to drive there, get the food, come back. I would never do that again. The way that I live has changed. Remote work is just the wave now. I hope so. I don't know. Honestly, I hope remote work becomes the normal thing, but I feel like most places weren't. But pandemic killed so many things: the Olympics, Beyblade, normal social media etiquette. Were those three the 3 most important things? Olympics, Beyblade, being nice on social media. The pandemic killed my skinniness. Bro, me too. Well, I wasn't skinny, but it strengthened my fatness. It got worse. My ass is eating. Enhanced, yeah. I'm getting through these stories so slow. We have so many stories. My ass is chatting. Okay.
During the first...
Get on Ozempic. True! Where? Any doctors in the chat? Any physicians want to prescribe me Ozempic? That's the trendy new weight loss drug. My friends were on that horse shit. I just realized it doesn't make sense. I have some friends that lost weight, and they did it on the horse stuff. There's like horse medication you could take. I don't know what it's called. Does anybody else know? Ketamine? Is that the horse stuff? Ivermectin? No, that's the heart stuff. I don't mean COVID stuff. I mean it's like a losing weight thing for horses. Maybe it's that. I don't know.
During the first few months of the pandemic, I started a job at a grocery store.
Ketamine is horse stuff. Okay, well.
During the first few months of the pandemic, I started a job at a grocery store. I was hired as a personal shopper.
Ketamine is a genuine drug, Coney. Don't endorse that. I'm not endorsing
During
shit.
the first
I'm trying to get through these stories. Stop interrupting me.
During the first few months.
Quaaludes. Oh, dude, could you get me some of those?
During the first few months of the pandemic,
Anybody got a Quaalude in chat?
I started a job at a grocery store. I was hired as a personal shopper. Basically, I collect a grocery order from our collectors and I bring it to the customers in their cars.
Sure.
Needless to say, we were constantly busy, even being paced as second fastest store in our state. My boss called me in on what was an off day usually.
Which is crazy. Sorry, whenever I hear about this shit, I can't believe it. When bosses could text you and be like, hey, you're off today, actually, you're in. I worked retail and waiting. I did waiting for a little while. I can't believe that this happens. It didn't happen to me. I told them no. My ass would never respond to a call and text. That's what I'm saying. Guys, I will tell you this. Just as an aside, no job is worth this shit. I understand you want to be a good employee and you want to be set up for a promotion. So they don't care about you, dude. And I'm not saying this to be some, like, I'm not trying to be woke. I'm not trying to be some fucking anti-work, like capitalism bad. I'm not trying to be that guy. Straight up, these jobs fucking suck. Don't do it. Keep your peace. Genuinely, it's not fucking worth it. This shit sucks.
Everything was going how it should. Loading cars, keeping pace, a normal day.
Oh shit, ads right now. Damn, that would have been a really good segue. Fuck. That would have been I gotta make money myself somehow. Here are the ads. Pop the ads. 3 ads right now. My bad, everybody. I feel bad. Hey, subscribe right now. Twitch Prime Tier 1. My bad.
Everything was going how it should. Loading cars, keeping pace.
Sure.
A normal day. I picked up
Thanks,
the
Zeno.
next scanner, collected the items and brought it to the car.
Okay.
The customer had an older car and I went to the driver's side to ask if it was the right person. It was a woman in their late 50s with a mask on.
Okay.
Suddenly, they held up a sign with a bunch of diagrams and signs.
Oh god, it's an alien. Moon runes.
I have
Solve
a
my
college
riddle.
degree in game design, so naturally I didn't read it and asked the person's name again.
Okay. What did you mean by that? How did that factor in? You don't read anything at any time? Is it just that, are you saying here that you don't care about English or social niceties? I don't know what he means by that.
They pointed at
Is that a flex? Yeah.
They pointed at the sign
Bro,
while
with the full
shaking
sail.
their head. So I loaded up the car and thought they just couldn't hear me through the window and masks. I finished loading the car, thanked them and asked if there was anything else today. The woman looked at me in horror and I assumed I did something wrong.
I need to know what happened here.
What. I went back inside, thinking it was just a weird encounter. Then my sub-manager turned to me and said, "OC, can you load Miss Betty's
She's just
car?
deaf, yeah.
She'll hold up a sign as she's deaf."
I thought it might be something beyond that. I thought it might be worse somehow, but just deaf. Okay, sure.
My heart sank.
Yeah.
Not only did I try to make a deaf person hear me twice, I also loaded the wrong car and made a different customer angry as they had to wait more than 30 minutes for groceries we had to collect again.
No, occupational hazard. It's fine. Whatever. It's okay. You should have paid attention, but you were the second busiest store in the state. It's going to happen. Mistakes are going to happen. And honestly, you weren't supposed to be there on that day. You were on an off day. You were supposed to rest. You're fine. One of those 2 people got more groceries than they paid for. One of their order was less than what you gave them. So really, you gave one person more food than what they deserved. So you really made somebody's day. If you get called in on an off day, you should be allowed to do a shit job. Yeah, I don't know why. Straight up. Bad shit happens. It's fine. Yeah, and somebody got nothing. Well, it's the risk you take. Where do you work? Do you work? Is this a Giant? Is this a Safeway? Is this a Wegmans? These are very different stories. This shit would never happen at a Wegmans. They treat their employees well. Kroger? What's your guys' local grocery store? Everybody in my area talks about the Aldi. They love Aldis and shit here. Hy-Vee? I've never heard of that, and several people just said it. I've never fucking heard of that. Food Lion? I have a Food Lion. Publix? Heard their subs are good. Safeway? I think that's the most common. Kroger? Yeah. Giant Eagle? What the hell is Giant Eagle? What's a Giant Eagle? I've never heard of that. That's a bird. Comment below if you get your food from a Giant Eagle. Then again, I get my food from a Food Lion. So I don't know. I don't really have any ground to stand on. I get it. I understand. Let me go visit the Food Lion. This is silly. Okay. We have a giant tiger in Western Canada. A lot of big-ass animals, man. By the way, if you got ads, sorry about that. I forgot to warn you about them. But if you subscribe with a Tier 1 or a Twitch Prime, you won't get any ads. Much to think about. Going below the stream and clicking one checkbox to use your Prime, which you might have for free. Or you could use it right here if you have one. The overlay's right there. Consider it. Coney goes to Piggly Wiggly. I would if it was close.
One time back in high school during a lunch break, me and my friend...
Jolly Green Giant isn't as big of a deal as I thought he would be as a kid. Me too. I saw his ass in the Macy's parade, and I was like, wow, that's a celebrity. His ass doesn't do anything. He's still on the green bean can, but he's a better agent.
One time back in high school during a lunch break, me and my friend were having an argument with this kid in our class who nobody liked, but he still tried to be our friends in the form of constantly harassing us every day for like 2 years.
He thinks he's one of the guys.
He was really into martial arts because his dad
he's gonna beat your ass, isn't he?
He was saying that he could totally keep me locked in a chokehold because it was more about technique over raw strength, and I disagreed.
Okay.
For context, this kid was like half my height and was super scrawny.
Dude, it's really hard to get out of a chokehold. Like, okay, all right. I don't know how you're getting out of it. I mean, you're way bigger than him. Maybe you slam him on the ground or something, but...
Without me saying anything, he gets behind me and puts me in a chokehold.
Okay.
The whole
all right,
cafeteria watching.
So you didn't consent to this encounter. Okay, so he just jumped on behind you. Okay. What kind of chokehold are we talking? Like rear naked? Like how bad is this?
He was really putting his whole strength into it, and I thought he would actually knock me out, so I put my hands around his arms and lifted him over my head and threw him to the ground in front of me.
So you're way bigger than him. It's not hard to get out of a chokehold if you're way bigger. If he's like Jack Skellington, if he's just like a human skeleton, you just throw his ass over the shoulder. I get that, yeah. Also, a Stone Cold Stunner can be done if you got their neck right there, right? There's a way to do it.
He was really putting... While this happened, my friend started laughing and ran away, and the whole cafeteria went silent.
Yeah.
I then had to sit with this kid for the rest of the lunch period and explain to a teacher what had happened while this kid was crying next to me.
That's the whole thing. This kid just decided to engage you in Mortal Kombat, and you immediately dropped him, and now you're the bad guy? They ain't got cameras at your school? I need Exhibit A. Somebody needs to review the footage. Beat his ass equals cringe? He did that to you, man. You're fine. Honestly, he challenged you on that. I don't know why his ass tried to... I can't believe he did that after 2 years of harassing you. He thought you would stand for that. I think he should know a little better at that point. This is why we have weight classes in MMA, man. He should know that. If his dad knows martial arts, runs a fucking dojo. He definitely told his dad he beat your ass. I'm positive his dad thinks he's so tough. Good story. Thanks, Puka, for the prime.
One time when I was 17, about 6 months into my job at McDonald's.
Uh-huh.
It was summer and it was really busy. I was working the drive-thru shift handing food out to people. Eventually this car pulls up with a bunch of girls in it.
Okay.
I had one of those moments with the girl driving where you just look into each other's eyes and feel the connection.
Little bit of eye contact.
I did my job and closed the
Okay.
window because I was nervous.
Uh-huh.
While I was making their drinks, I heard the girls laughing in the car as if she was saying she thought I was cute and was gonna ask for my number.
Don't
I was
engage.
really
Don't
nervous,
engage.
but I went
Wait
back
for
to
them
the
to make a
window
move.
and handed them their drinks
Okay.
and food and closed the window.
All right.
I thought I lost my chance.
Mm-hmm.
But before I could do anything else, I heard a knock on the drive-thru window.
Okay.
So I opened the window and asked how I could help her. She looked at me as if she was about to ask, then said, "Never mind, it was nothing," and I closed the window and they drove off.
Come on.
To this day, I refer to her as Drive-thru Girl, and I've never seen her again.
Then she doesn't care. Whatever, man. Come on. It's fine. You don't know what they were talking about. Maybe they were giggling because she wanted more barbecue sauce, but she was so shy and all of her friends were laughing at her. And she was about to ask, and then she chickened out at the last second. Maybe she just wanted some sweet and sour. You don't know. Maybe you forgot to give her a drink. Maybe you forgot to give her the drink, and she was going to ask you to be assertive, and her friends were like, "Stacy, why don't you ask for your drink? You paid for it. He didn't give it to you. You got to stand up for yourself. It's 2023. Us girls got to look out for each other." And then she gave up at the end. You don't know what it meant. You thought she was into you. If she was into you, she would have made an effort. It's not cringe. What's cringe is you thinking that she liked you. She didn't like you, Chatter. She never did, and that's why she hasn't come back. One time I met someone I found attractive is not cringe enough to be a confessional. We're bottom of the barrel on this one.
There was this girl that
I need somebody to poop their pants now.
There was this girl that I like. We were
Thanks, Big
calling
Schmidt.
nearly every day, sitting near each other in class. I was in love,
Okay.
not knowing that I have been in the friend zone the whole time.
Ah!
So time passes, we are still talking, and her friend who was sitting near me in a different class she was not in and asks, "Do you like her?" I don't say anything but make it obvious that I did.
What do you do? A little bit of silent comedy thing? What do you do? Thumbs up? What are you doing to say? Yeah, okay.
So time passes, she instantly goes and texts her about it. I go to check my phone and see 2 separate text messages from her that say no.
That's the end of the story. That's it. That's it. No. Not him. That's it. Double no hurts. What's the worst she could say? No? The worst she could say is no twice in individual texts. That's poetic. That's way worse. Double no hurts so much worse. Double no still isn't as bad as ew. Ew is way worse. Ew is a middle school tactic, of which, it goes away pretty early in your life, all things considered. You won't hear ew past, maybe 14 years old, but it sticks with you. Ew is biological warfare. Yeah, ew is like Geneva Convention shit. That's why nobody does it anymore. That's like mustard gas. We all agreed that's too harsh. No more saying ew. None of that. Ew should be banned by the Red Cross. Yeah, they're not allowed to say that anymore. What's worse, ew or ugh? Ew. Because ew is so juvenile. If I saw somebody say ugh, I was like, wow, that's annoying. That's like pretentious that you made a different sound. You're like trying to be quirky with the way that you're showing your disgust. That's fucking weird. Get the fuck away from me. I would hate that. Ugh still has a chance. Ugh might mean... I think ugh might not be ew. Ugh might be like, oh, this situation is complicated. I like him too, but how are we ever going to work it out? with my finals coming up and this new dog that I got. That's like romantic comedy shit. I could see Ugg being like sort of a exasperation.
Back.
Let's change this up. I'll stay in English. Let's go Rachel. Let's hear from Rachel, shall we?
Back when I was in 4th grade, I was in choir with my church.
Cool.
I was huge into JRPGs and Pokemon, and was glued to my Nintendo DS almost all the time.
That's why I didn't have a DS, by the way. Because of this. Not that kid.
I didn't really have many friends, and my ADHD was a pretty big deterrent for most people.
Okay.
Oddly enough, I met a girl in the choir who started talking to me out of nowhere.
Cool.
I didn't really suspect much, and I enjoyed hanging out with her. She made me laugh and I made her laugh. We hung out every single Sunday since I met her, and I thought that she was really fun to be
Did
around.
you share your power level?
Eventually there was a day where we were going to perform in front of the whole church, and she kept holding my hand. I didn't entirely understand why she was acting the way she was in my blissful ignorance, and decided to just continue on as usual.
Sure.
When we got up on stage and started singing, she laid her head on my shoulder and I just froze.
Aw, that's
I didn't know what to do
sweet.
other than to just keep singing.
Oh, this is like a Peanuts comic. This is a nice little slice of Americana. Oh, this is cute. Did you poop your pants?
After we all went back to our seats, I never spoke to her again.
What?
In fact, she never showed up there again. I remember this to this day at 21 years old, and still don't know how I didn't get what was going on.
She never existed? Was she real? Was that a ghost? What are you talking about? This girl was really into you, was holding your hand, you both performed, she put her head on your shoulder, and nothing happened after that? What are you talking about? She was the Holy Spirit. Ah, Ghost of Christmas Past. I see. Okay. Learning the true meaning of Christmas. This is a beyond belief story. This is actually based on a true story. This really happened outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin in 2004. Okay, that's the end of the story, by the way. Just, all right. Pro got ghost zoned. I think you were haunted, Chatter. I think you were visited by a very kind specter who would have been with you had, she had not been stripped of her mortal coil. You might be cursed, though. Yeah, be careful. Stupid. She was a ghost from the Wild West era. Yeah, did she have a cowboy hat and spurs? Did she look like a Victorian youth? What was her attire? Did she look like she worked at an old industrial complex?
Freshman year of college, I met this girl at Freshman year of college.
Did you guys see Fursuit? Oh, is it leaked? Uh-oh.
Freshman year of college, I met this girl at orientation, and we got along really well.
Cool.
After a few weeks of talking and one night of text-based intimacy, she invited me over to her place while no one was home, and we planned on going to see a movie later that evening.
Ooh,
I still didn't have my license at the time, so my friend's mom, God bless her, was generous enough to drive me 30 minutes to this girl's house.
Wow, that is a bored mom. Why would she do that? Not even your mom, your friend's mom? Ain't shit else to do? I guess. What do moms do all day?
I still didn't have my Pokemon Go was big at the time, so we decided to go for a walk and catch some Pokemon.
Shop?
During the walk.
Oh, I bet that's what it was. I bet the theater was at a mall. That's what it was. I get it. No, she was shopping. She was shopping. That's what it was. Definitely went to the mall. Oh, it's an Alpha Rat birthday raid. What's good, everybody? Hey, it's my birthday too, everybody. Can you believe it? It's also my birthday, and I'm whatever age Jacob is too. Happy birthday, Alpha Rat, and say happy birthday to me. Everybody say happy birthday to me too. Say happy birthday. Happy birthday, me. You know the crazy thing? It's Alfred's birthday, but he got me a gift. Hold on. We were talking about this game last night. Gunya Fighter. I was going to play it tomorrow. Thanks, Alfred, for giving me a gift on your birthday. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you. Why is it called that? Hey, it's not like internet slang, okay? Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Welcome to Cringe Confessional. Guys, I set up an anonymous submission forum at cringe.coney.gg where people can submit the worst thing that's ever happened to them, the most embarrassing moments of their lives. And, hey, Alfred's audience, I had some people submit that are in middle and high school, so this is perfect for you guys. You guys are going to love these stories. This is, like, relevant to you, right? School recitals, homecomings, all that stuff. Wow, it's amazing. Finding your dance to prom and the homecoming. This is going to be good. Thank you for the raid, Jacob. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Joke's on you. I dropped out of high school. Wow, the cringiest chatter of all. Thank you for the confession. Thanks for following, everybody. Wait a minute. A rare one-time deal. If you follow right now, I'll put you on the screen. You get to be on the big screen. Follow right now. Follow right now. Follow right now. Your name gets to be on the screen, and I might say it. Sig, Ghostmaster, Geeky Floyd, Comrade Kurt, Death Potato Man, ZF Control. I know your ass was in here before. I'm not doing... If you unfollow and refollow, the offer is null and void. Get the fuck out of here. You're famous now. Congratulations to all chatters. Smash that motherfucking follow. Thanks, everybody. Deal's off. Thank you for following. Thank you guys for stopping by. I know how these raids work, so I'll see you guys next stream. Did he beat It Takes Two, by the way? Wait, Jacob, are you still here? Is Alfred here? He's not here, right? I had an idea for a Pokemon stream, but I don't like Pokemon and I don't care about it. Could there be a stream, and I wanted to give him this idea, where you have to... It's a speed run to catch all 150 Pokemon, but you can use as many instances of the game as you want. So the idea is you do red or blue, and you have to catch one of everything, but it's not just one game. You could have like 8 different emulator windows open. You get what I'm saying? That shit would take forever. No, but you could have 8, and you have to jump around from window to window. You get what I'm saying? So one of them, you could be like, all right, I got to get to the Elite Four right now. You have to like speed run on the later ones, but on the early ones. Would that be fun? I think that might be fun. I might try that. No? Okay. Bad idea. Okay. Jacob said that idea was ass. Okay. All right. Well, I thought I would throw it out there. I thought it was a cool idea. Okay? Maybe not a good stream, but a good YouTube video. Maybe I'm going to do it. To 300 viewers. All right, back to the story. Sorry, everybody.
During the walk around her neighborhood, we passed a particular bush, and she turned to me and said I wanted it behind that bush. Flashbang by this new information. I didn't know what to say other than nervous.
Oh, I forgot to turn these off.
Wow, that raid had a lot of people, several thousand even.
This is the counting witch.
It's going to take a long time to count that high.
Sorry.
1,
the counting witch, if you're
2,
here for the first time, she loves to count.
3.
She does this a lot.
We may just have to jump ahead.
Hold on.
1,000.
Yeah, okay. That's enough counting witch. Thank you. And I'm turning off alerts. Thank you.
Want to see something funny? I just kind of... She
Okay.
shows me... Pokemon Go was big. During the walk around her neighborhood, we passed a particular bush, and she turned to me and said I wanted it behind that bush.
Okay.
Flashbang by this new information. I didn't know what to say other than nervously laugh and keep walking.
Uh-huh.
Conversation starts up again and she reveals to me that she is a furry.
Okay.
She shows me her Fursona and art she has drawn and it's standard stuff.
Furries in chat, how long until you reveal such a thing? Genuinely. How long do you... I don't... Never? Hour 1. I guess you gotta show it right away. You gotta lay all the cards out on the table? On handshake. Yeah, I was gonna say, when does this... This feels hard to do.
She shows me her fursona and art she has drawn and it's standard
Okay,
stuff.
and then you get to the
I
back
just
of the
kind
book.
of went, oh, cool.
Oh, here we go.
She
You
then
want to see the
says to me,
back?
Want to see something funny?
No, 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 no,
And
no, 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 no.
proceeds to hold her
No, no,
phone
no, no,
out
no,
to
no, no,
show
no,
me
no,
an
no.
explicit furry comic where the entire joke is that someone put something in the wrong hole.
Get out.
I unfortunately was desperate and continued on with the date.
Dude,
We
what?
got back in her house and she showed me more art, along with the detailed fursuit she had. Eventually we were both laying down next to one another and I decided for some reason this was still worth it, and that now was time to make a move. I went to kiss her and as I did, I felt no reaction whatsoever. It was like kissing someone in a coma. I didn't do anything further because it felt extremely awkward.
Wait, like she didn't reciprocate? Wait, like she wasn't into it? She showed her deepest darkest secrets. She was like Bruce Wayne taking you to the Batcave and this is my suit. I need to tell you something. That's how I assume fursuit reveals are anyway. I think that's like very personal and intimate. These are not deep, dark secrets to her. I guess not. I guess she's just throwing this out there.
I didn't do anything further
Okay.
because it felt extremely awkward. Still desperate, I pressed on, and we took a cab to the movies.
Dude, what? What are you Why does it keep going? How many times in this story we're going to be like, and I still kept on. I'm still desperate. This had to have been before porn was invented. Or it was November. This story had to take place in November, didn't it? Yeah, this guy needs to hit the eject button. Something's up.
Still desperate, I pressed on, and we took a cab to the movies.
Okay.
I was interested in horror movies at the time, and so was she.
All right.
So we went to see one. However, I get scared very easily.
This is like a 3-day-long date now. How long are we staying together?
However, I get scared very easily, and during just about every jump scare, I would jolt, spilling my movie snacks all over myself and her.
Like in a cartoon? Okay. All right.
The movie ends, and having seen enough red flags for one lifetime, I call one of my friends to pick me up.
Will said this fucking fable. Yeah, did this really happen? Sounds like an episode of Mission Hill.
Out in the lobby, I try to strike up conversation again before my ride gets here to retrieve me from whatever this was.
Yeah.
She noticed one of her friends who worked at the theater and completely ignored me for the rest of my time there. I didn't even say goodbye because she seemed much more interested in the conversation with her friend than me. For a long time this interaction made me have an extreme distaste for furries, but I've grown past that, as one bad apple does not spoil the whole bunch.
Okay. This is I thought furry racism was like a joke, but apparently we've developed past it. Good for you, man. I guess I don't know many in that capacity. Like I know lots of furries, but more in an online abstract sense. Okay. This shit was submitted by Aesop. Yeah, there's a moral in everything. Yeah, this is kind of incredible.
Happily, this all was years ago, and now I am in a great relationship with a wonderful partner.
Ah, so she's the one she got away. Yeah, that's the one who got away. That's so sad. Well, how long have you been in that relationship? 3 months? Wait till month 4. Gonna take you into the basement. I have to show you something. No! It's a fursuit, but this one's actually a lizard, so it's worse. It's not even a cat or a fox! She's a dragon! She's a weeb? Oh, you think that's worse? Just like figurines everywhere? Speaking of, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's time. Check this shit out. Uh-oh. It's Devil Jin. Jin Kazama of Tekken 8. Where Fist meets Fate. Available January sometime. But wait. That's not all. Time to activate the Devil Gene. Hold on. to plug. Devil Gene, activate. Cool. That's honestly sick. I was kind of mad at them for giving it to me because I had to stuff it in my carry-on bag. I was actually kind of annoyed. I don't check bags. And they gave me this big-ass box with a figurine. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even like Tekken like that. I don't even really like Tekken. But they gave me it, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll take it. Fine. Yeah. I felt kind of bad. I feel bad now. I got flown out to play Tekken 8 early, and they gave me a hotel room and a place to stay, and it was like a suite. And my ass is just like, wow, the figure, really? You want to give me a Jin figure? I don't even like that game. It was very limited. Wait, really? Hey, I had fun playing it. I played the bear. Couldn't have mailed it back? Well, I didn't know. Oh, wait, I also got a jacket. Whatever, I'm bleeding viewers. I got to get back to the story. I got a jacket, too. I'll show you tomorrow. I also got, I got a different jacket. I got to show you guys this later. I got a really cool jacket. No, I'll show you later. I was going to say, do I show you now? But I'll show you later. Actually, I want to show you now. I don't know when I'm going to wear this, but it said it was limited. So I had to get it. It's a milk can jacket. It's a milk can. Okay, the back is a little bit too much. The back is a little bit too big, but I love Lammy, so I picked it up. I don't know when my ass is going to wear it because I'm a grown man, but I love Lammy, so I picked it up because it was very limited. That is not too much. I think the back is a little bit too big. I like shit to be a little bit smaller and more subtle. Bro is 10 years old. That's what I'm saying. That shit's a cartoon, but, you know, I like it. It was limited. I had to get it. Yeah, they got me with FOMO. Anyway, sorry you dated a furry, but you kind of kept it moving on that one. You kind of made your own choices.
Flashback.
All right, let's change the reader. Somebody said they wanted Australian earlier. Let's go with Tyler.
Flashback to middle school. I was around 14 and interested in theatre class.
14.
Looking back, I really enjoyed my time in theatre. I got to pursue an interest in acting and I met some good friends.
Cool.
I was cast in a Lion King play, and I was set to play as Scar, the main villain.
I know who Scar is, thank you.
I really liked playing Scar. It made me gain an appreciation for villains in general, and I had fun being the bad guy.
Okay.
I even had a musical number for Be Prepared.
It says, hold on. It says that I got kicked off Voices. This is so stupid. It kicked me out of my Voices because I'm not logged in. Hold on. It's so stupid. You have to pay for the good Voices. 1 second.
In the summer, I work as a camp counselor.
Okay.
Flashback to middle school. I was around 14 and interested in theatre class.
Now I gotta change this shit. I gotta update this. There's a lot of coding that goes into that. Hold on, let me just hack this shit. You know how it is. Hack complete. Wait, did I hack it? Almost. I gotta change that to yellow. Whenever I refresh the page, it does that. There we go. Element inspected. Hack complete.
Flashback to I even had a musical number for Be Prepared.
Okay.
However, there is one unfortunate factor of this song that got way too focused on in the play.
What do you mean?
So if you remember in the movie, there is the slightest parallel between the hyenas.
Yeah, I remember they do goose step.
Group of Germans in the 1930s.
That's true. They do goose step quite a bit. I was wondering if we were going to go there, but I didn't know if you were going to bring it up or if I was going to bring it up, and my ass was not going to bring it up. So, Alpha Rab Raiders, you guys are going to learn about this in middle school. If you don't know already, you will soon.
As in, The hyenas marched like the German army did in one scene. My theater director had the brilliant idea to incorporate this into the middle school play.
Okay.
No, not marching, but saluting.
Oh! What kind of salute? Like this? Like this, right? Surely, with your hand on the eyebrow, right? Surely, that's the one.
No, not marching, as in, I would give the 1930s German salute during the climax of my song to a theater of probably 100 people, and so did a bunch of the other actors.
Holy shit! This director is not paid enough to do this. Remember what I said about teachers? Why is the director doing this? Director's trying to make the audience feel something. We want to evoke emotion out of The Lion King in middle school. Why are you making kids do this? This is how the theater program gets defunded. Imagine being the principal and the director comes to you with The Lion King. You're like, oh, that's easy. I hope we get the rights for it. That sounds kind of expensive. And then they put in Nazi propaganda? Oh.
As in, nobody seemed to have a problem with
Nobody,
this.
huh?
Not the actors, the other director, the parents, the people that saw the play. I don't remember a single person complaining about this. That might be because I live in Tennessee.
I could see why you wouldn't speak up. If everybody around you is just okay with it, you're just like, I don't want to be the I don't want to rock the boat. Hey, I'm not saying this is cool, but I don't want to get in trouble for, like, what are you going to say? You know what I'm saying? Like, never mind, theater program got more funding. Wow, brave portrayal. Chatters, guys, he was the bad guy, okay? He was the bad guy. It makes sense. He was the villain. So he did villainous things. You bring it up and you get expelled.
I might have slightly questioned it back then, but I didn't try to press it further with my director. And even worse, this might have just been a rumor, but I heard that one of the actors that had to salute was Jewish.
Well, I was going to say that, but there had to have been statistically one Jewish kid in that class. And you know the sad thing is, actually, he was probably thinking the same thing you were. I bet a lot of people were, but they didn't want to rock the boat. Nobody wanted to speak up. Yeah. I can't believe it. In my mind, when this happens, the audience gasps. Right? Like, whenever I go see a show with my wife, she gasps when the bad character does a bad thing. She's like, oh, like she gets into it. So I think a Nazi salute might actually evoke an even bigger reaction, I would hope, from someone in the audience. The audience claps. Oh, they want Scar to win, you think? Yeah, she is a pearl clutcher. Yeah. The salute might just shock you out of it. Yeah, this is quite a story. Pretty. I don't blame you for not speaking up. How do you bring it up? Especially as the lead. Well, if you won't do it, Scar, another Scar will, and then you lose the part. And what could be worse than that? Oh, doing a Nazi salute in a school play. That would be worse, yeah.
A few years ago, my grandparents got in a car accident.
Oh,
my
God, I'm sorry.
grandmother was wounded in the accident and my grandfather unfortunately passed.
That's sad, I'm sorry.
A lot of family members and close friends came to visit the hospital the next day to visit.
Okay.
Only a few people were allowed in the room at a time, while everyone else had to wait outside to avoid clutter. I was with my mother in the room when the doctor came in saying that they might have to do surgery if her sacrum was damaged. A bit later, we went back to the waiting room where everyone else was.
I'm not going to make a joke.
Emotions were high. My mom was explaining the situation to everyone and said that they might have to do surgery if a certain bone was broken.
There's a reason we said sacrum, isn't there? I think that is foreshadowing for later, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want to be insensitive.
She forgot the name. She turned to me and asked if I remembered the name. I couldn't remember exactly, but I knew it started with an S and ended with an M, so I replied, scrotum? Everyone gave me a weird look except for my dad, who couldn't help but laugh.
That's the one. That's where I was gonna. Your grandma had a scrotum. That's the joke I was going to make. Hey, I'm sorry about your dead grandparents.
I couldn't remember. Luckily, My parents have been divorced almost a decade.
That's the end. That's the end of the story. What a fucking haymaker of an ending. Dude, he hit him with the jab, jab, and then at the end is just a fucking uppercut, man. That's a good ending. Good ending. Good ending, Chatter. Good story. Luckily. That was a good story, Chatter. Hey, I'm sorry about your grandparents, but that is funny. The way that you wrote that is funny. Good writer. You should be a writer. You should write. You need a job? DM me. Hit me up, man. Good story. We change it? We got so many other voices. Swedish. Is that the funny accent?
I was a virgin until I was 21 because my ex or yes.
That's kind of funny. The Swedish accent is funny to me. I was a virgin till I was 21. Like a little song. Like they're on a bouncy horse. I was a virgin till I was 21. Boing, 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 boing. Let's go, Rod.
I was a virgin until I was 21 because my ex of 7 years wanted to wait until marriage.
Okay.
Fast forward to breaking up the same month I confessed it to my friend. She laughed and said, okay, ditch your college class and come over.
Rod is great, yeah.
When I was outside her apartment, a man stopped me and asked who was I. I said, my name's blah blah. He said, do you hollow English? And raised his voice like I wasn't speaking English.
What?
I'm not even Hispanic. As confusing as that was, she ran out and let me in the apartment. Fast forward about 2 hours later, her mom came home and the girl made me hide in the closet naked.
Okay.
I had to hide for 7 to 8 hours until her father, a cop, came home.
What the fuck is going on in this story?
A man calling her father because she let a boy in.
What's happening?
She swore up and down he was seeing things.
Okay.
I fell asleep in her closet and ended up opening my eyes to a large cop looking at me in disgust.
Okay.
He lectured me for 45 and made me leave with my boxers only.
And that's the rest. That's the end of the story. This sounds like a Molly Ringwald movie. This sounds like Pretty in Pink. Did this happen for real? Did this really happen to you? I don't think this is real. I don't think you waited in a closet 7 or 8 hours naked. But I guess it could have happened. Stranger things have happened to other people. This is an Adam Sandler movie. Well, I mean, if you're this guy and you're dating somebody for 7 years and they never slept with you, and then you finally break up, and then somebody gives you the opportunity, I get it. I do. This is a rebound plus virgin. That is a power, like the passive stack on top of each other. You are bloodlusted. Well, not bloodlusted. That's not the right word. Lusted. Regular lusted. I get it. I understand. Yeah, you're desperate. You're desperate, yeah. I would end up in that closet, too. My ass would be in that closet. If I was 21 in that situation, yeah. That's tough. That's a good story. These are getting pretty good.
It happened before COVID, when I walked with my friends around our school building.
Okay.
It was spring, and naturally the bees came.
Bees?
One bee was persistent enough to follow me. As I flail around with my arm, I suddenly hit something.
He's
that
mad.
Something was a little girl with
her
I thought
friends
it was the bee.
who
walked behind us. I hit her face quite hard. She began to cry and everyone in my school took notice.
Okay.
I'm not good at dealing with situations like these cause my brain would just start to overwork like crazy.
Did you run away?
I wanted to say that it's all a misunderstanding and that it wasn't my intention to hurt her at all.
But what you said
I just
was...
wanted to defend myself. Suddenly, a circle has been formed around me and the little girl.
Fight!
I tried to apologize and console her, but her friends pushed me away and brought her to the infirmary.
The what? Where do you live? Is this a British chatter? What the fuck is that word? I thought that was the army. Are you overseas? Are you deployed? Bro, as a soldier.
I was speechless. I stood there for a while, completely shut down. Some people laughed at me, some gave me the look, some even tried to make me feel more guilty.
Okay.
In the end, I was called a bully for around 1 week.
Okay.
To this day, I couldn't apologize to her and I never saw or recognized her ever.
Oh, that's it. That's the end of the story. You just hit a girl. Whatever. I mean, it's weird. You should have said sorry. It's weird that you didn't. I don't know why. Yeah, bro, that's a little over dramatic. But at the same time, I mean, like, if you don't say something like, "Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to hit you." He permanently disfigured her. Yeah, how big of a hit are we talking? You said it was pretty hard. Are we talking like broken nose? Are we talking bloody nose? Black eye? Maybe a bit of a shiner? Honestly, taking her to the infirmary for a slap is out of line. Yeah, I don't know why you go to the infirmary. I think that's like if a landmine blows off your leg or if you're shot in active combat. I don't think they slap people in war. That girl has an arm mark all over her face now, you think? Looks like a birthmark, just like that. One-armed girl origin? It's been a while since we heard from the one-armed witch. It's weird. It's been a long time. We used to have some, like, recurring characters, but not really that anymore. Mr. Senor says, I like turkey. It must be a mobile chatter. It's December. November's over, chatter. Sorry. Me too, though. Yeah. Good first message. Yeah.
To this day.
What's your guys' favorite deli meat? I'm a roast beef guy. Turkey is a Christmas thing in other countries. Really? You ever had goose? You know how in old cartoons and stuff, they always be eating goose at Christmas? I'm like, what the fuck is that? Goose? We don't even have women lying anymore. No lying women, no one-armed ladies. No poop. Where's the poop? I like turkey, yeah. I like turkey and roast beef. Myself.
As a kid, I couldn't tie my shoelaces for a very long time. My parents just never taught me since I always wanted to get Velcro shoes instead since they're easier.
I wonder how common that is. I didn't know which shoe went on which foot until I was like way older than that I should have been. I still can't. That can't be true. Literally me. I can't tell if chat's joking. Should I do a shoe tying stream? That'll be our content for tomorrow. I learned how to tie shoes when I was 16. It's what I need you guys to know. It is easier for you now more than any time in human history. I learned how to tie my shoes from a cartoon dog named Patu in Rockadoodle by Don Bluth. You have YouTube. You can learn from any number of 30-year-old man-children teaching you how to do, like a guy with a fucking Among Us and Minion in the back of his stream setup could tell you how to do, like, you have so many people that could teach you. If we have that problem, I will teach you right now. Coney, drop the shoe tying tutorial, please. I'm going to do it and lie. I'm going to put up a shoe tying tutorial, but I'm going to get you to tie your shoes together, and you're going to fall down. It's going to be very funny. And then it'll play that YouTube, like, laughing sound that it plays on the kid videos. You guys know what I'm talking about? The little chipmunk that... Play that shit all the time. When a kid does a little trick on their parents or something in, like, kids' YouTube. You guys don't know that one? Hold on. It's all over kids' YouTube. That one. That's the one. They love that. Okay. Sorry for interrupting.
My parents just never taught me since I always wanted to get Velcro shoes instead since they're easier.
Sure.
One day when I was about 14, in PE, I forgot to bring my sports kit to school, so I had to use some of the spares instead.
Ooh.
They only had shoes with laces.
Oh.
Not a big deal, since I just asked a friend to do it for me.
Okay.
As he was tying my
That's
shoes,
nice,
the
I
teacher
guess.
got there to explain what we'd be doing that day.
Okay.
The teacher looked at me and asked why my friend was tying my shoelaces.
No, not the
Not
gym
thinking anything
teacher.
of it, I just answered that I didn't know how to do it myself. He said, well, my daughter knows how to tie her shoelaces, and she's 6.
Public shame.
The gym teacher's greatest weapon. Hey, everybody.
Look at this kid.
Flex. You think that's all he taught her? All he taught her for 6 months were how to tie the shoes. His daughter's just a savant at tying shoes. Gym teachers are the worst, though. They're always the worst.
He said, well, my daughter knew. Almost everyone laughed. I had to try not to cry out of embarrassment as my friend finished tying my shoelace.
Oh, that's a good
but
friend.
At least he wasn't laughing.
Oh.
Already kind of cringe. But this isn't the end of it.
Oh.
That day when I got home from school, I told my mom about it.
Okay.
And she was pissed.
All right.
Not
How
normal
pissed?
pissed. Mom pissed. Which is a very dangerous kind of pissed.
Okay.
Without me asking her to, she called the school and complained.
Ooh.
Name dropping the teacher involved, presumably because she wanted him reprimanded.
Did the principal laugh at her?
The next time I had PE, that teacher pulled me to the side and apologized.
Oh, God.
Saying he didn't intend to humiliate me in front of the whole class and all that. And I just wanted to die the whole time he was talking to me because the fact my mom called to tell him off was even more embarrassing to me than the incident at the first play.
Listen, kid, if you need me to teach you, I'll teach you how to tie your shoes, okay? I'm sorry for making fun of you in front of the whole class. I'm very good at tying my shoes. I taught my daughter when she was 6. I would love to teach you as well. Have a little bit of a tutor relationship, you know?
I could never look at that teacher the same way after that point, and I could tell he was the same towards me.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a very weird dynamic now, because he thinks that you are a whiny little baby boy whose parents didn't teach him a goddamn thing, and you think he thinks you're that, and he does think you're that. So now it's just, you know what he thinks. I hope you know how to tie shoes now, Chatter. That's a tough one. Honestly, not W Mom, because she should have taught him how to tie shoes by now. I mean, probably. But the thing is, one of the things that I've learned as a parent is there's a lot of shit to teach kids. They don't know anything. There's no, like, pre-programmed language. So you have to teach them literally every single thing. I think tying your shoes is kind of an important one, but I could feasibly see myself not teaching, like, certain things. I don't know. I didn't know what the middle finger meant when I was in 3rd grade, and I got in trouble for that because I held it up. It's just little things that you forget. Teach your kid how to Google shit. Yeah, then they become a computer programmer. That was my job. I was a web dev. My ass was Googling. That's all I did. How to HTML. Cha-ching. Now I could get ChatGPT to help. Thank you, AI. Give them an iPad. That's what I'm saying. Then they can search shit themselves. True? I'm trying to do the true. True? Doing HTML is not fucking web dev. Yes, it is, jackass. I'm front end. HTML and CSS, baby. I finished my job in 3 hours. What's taking you so long? Back end? Lazy ass? Full stack? How hard could it be?
I used to be in a church scout program, and we did some community stuff. Around the neighborhood
Thanks, cool
just
guy
to
Guac.
be good
Thanks for the
citizens
prime.
and practice some good behaviors.
Cool.
One time as a group, we decided to go to a retirement facility to put on a mini talent show for the old folks.
Oh, that's sweet.
It was meant to just cheer them up and have fun.
Okay.
For my talent, I
decided to do Be Prepared for the from The Lion King and throw in a couple of my own theatrics.
For my talent, I decided to play some piano songs, since I started teaching myself piano several years prior.
Okay.
I swear I wasn't that bad, and I had a lineup of songs to play for them.
Lovely.
But when I got about 2 songs in, I completely forgot the entire thing.
Stage fright.
I couldn't remember a single note. I can't read sheet music, so it's all up to muscle memory. And I just sat there for like 5 damn
Just
minutes
play
fumbling
chopsticks.
around and
Play
trying to remember the
chopsticks.
song, hitting random notes on the keyboard, while my scout team and all the old folks just watched in silence.
Yeah, okay.
Eventually I gave up. and the crowd clapped,
Oh,
just
that's
like
sweet.
they had for the previous
Bro,
songs.
they're not awake anyway.
Nobody ever mentioned it, but I can't for the life of me figure out why I kept trying to figure out the song instead of just quitting and moving on with the repertoire.
Well, it's at some point it's about the you're frustrated by yourself. You're like, son of a bitch. What was that track? Just play Heart and Soul or Chopsticks. Do one of those two. They weren't listening anyway. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I've never been to an old people home. They probably crave interaction. It's actually very sad. Nursing homes are sad. Never mind. You ruined their day. Hot cross buns. That's tragic. Hey, they probably don't remember it either. They wouldn't have been able to remember the song. Old people have more sex. What made you say that, Chatter? Speak on that. Is that true in homes? Is that what you're saying? In like nursing homes? I bet that's true. That's probably like old people high school. Because like, you know, you're in the same place, relationships get to build, and you know. You were saying they're so lonely. Wait, maybe, is that the opposite? Maybe nursing homes are cool, actually. Huh. They have high STD rates in old homes. Who's bringing it in? Who's bringing in the clap? Okay. Women outlive men on average. Okay, so now we're fun facting. Who's got their Snapple? Everybody got a fun fact ready? Let's move on. Yeah.
This happened back in either early middle school or late elementary school. I was at one of my friend's houses playing hide and seek with him and two other people.
Okay.
I hid in the bathroom, specifically in the shower with the curtain closed.
Okay.
I'm there for a while, and then I hear the bathroom door close. His mom had come to take a shit while I was hiding in the shower.
Oh no, it's a
boob
story!
I thought it'd be too embarrassing to reveal that I was there, so I just simply waited it out for the entire shit.
Oh, dude, yeah. What do you do here? Do you tell her? Dude, you have to. But it's a quick time event. You have to do it fast. You have to say something, because if you don't, he's gonna find you in there later. You're gonna have to sneak out, and how do you explain that you were in there the whole time? What do you do? What do you do? And lose hide and seek? Yeah, I think you take the L on this one. We go next round. If you didn't say it before she pulled down her pants, you're locked into silence. That's what I'm saying. You only have but 20 seconds at most. You have to act very quickly. I was going to say, why didn't you lock the door when you went in the bathroom? And then I remembered he was playing hide and seek. I'm so stupid. Why didn't he lock the door in the bathroom? Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a tough one. I don't know. Deception. Hello, I am the shit you just took. That's the silly option. That's when you choose Wild Wasteland. Yeah, you get a very funny dialogue tree. Yeah.
Flush quickly. I long to go home.
I didn't want to. She was giving off these slight relaxed moans or groans that still haunt me to this day, and it felt like it went on for way longer than it actually went.
How old is the mom? I feel like old people be doing that. They be making noises and shit.
After she left, I heard that everyone else had been found and were all looking for me. I just immediately left the bathroom and met up with them. My friend asked, where the hell were you? But I didn't tell him, saying that I would never give away such a good spot.
That is so wise. That is so wise. You are so good for that. You really are. That is so intelligent. I would have just been like, oh, I was in this area, and my ass would have gone caught. I would have been like, oh, I was under a bed. And then John would have been like, no, I was under the bed. Oh, I'm at the other bed. And then Dave is like, oh, I was under that bed. And then I'm, okay, yeah, I listened to your mom take a shit. You got me. I can't lie 3 times. You got it. Your mom took a fat one with noises and everything. My bad.
My friend that, obviously not wanting him to know what I had unfortunately witnessed in regards to his
clearly,
mom.
yeah.
To this day, no one else knows about this except for me and now your entire
I am
stream.
honored. This is a
Neither he
great
knows
story.
About it, nor does his mom know that her son's childhood best friend was hiding in the bathroom while she was taking a shit almost a decade ago.
How do you even bring this up now? I guess this isn't something you could bring up now. It'd be very weird that you've been sitting on it. There's got to be a time frame that you could bring it up. Maybe like a month later? No, that's weird. Do you ever bring this up? You die with it, right? Why would you? Because it's funny. It's a funny story. I think you say it sometime. This deserves to be told. This is a tale that deserves to go public. But I guess it has now. Thank you, Chatter. Great story. Thank you for submitting it. I hope you're here now. This story was back in April. I think it got submitted. So maybe you don't watch the stream anymore. Maybe you're not in the stream. But if you are, please identify yourself. Press 1 if that was you. Wow, this has happened to a lot of people. A lot of people have watched their best friend's mom take a dump. Guys, I have a confession. This is my story. This is my story. This is actually me. I have another confession. Sorry, guys. I got ads coming. 3 seconds away. Subscribe with Twitch Prime or Tier 1 for no ads. You can get no ads during this stream and all other streams for a month. All you have to do is click the button below the stream that says subscribe with Twitch Prime or a Tier 1 sub. I gotta run the ads. They come once an hour. It's only once an hour, okay? So don't worry. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Thank you, Alfred, for giving me Gunya Fighter. I'm going to buckle up and play it. We might try it tomorrow. I'm dropping the ad bomb. It's coming to your location now. Thank you, Altraxia. Hope I got that right. Thanks for the Prime. See you guys in a few minutes. Here come the ads. Thank you, Discoy. Here they come. Here come the ads. Ads are coming. Here they come. Drop the ad bomb. No survivors. Advertising this Chromebook with no survivors. I want the Steam Deck OLED so bad, bro, but I don't need it. But I want it. It's so worth, yeah. I could sell the other one, I guess, but like, I don't know. Who's going to buy that? That feel with no ads? Oh, they're coming. They popped, but they will hit at some point. You're a billionaire. No, come on. I have 1,000 viewers. I'm a millionaire. Where do you think you are? XQC stream? Oh, you think you're still in the Alpharad chat. That's what it is. Okay. No, this is Coney's stream now.
Getting right into business, I tried BMX
Thanks,
and
Ace.
mountain biking at a summer camp once.
Okay.
We started at pretty easy trails, slightly elevating
Bunny
in intensity
hills
as
and
the day
such.
progressed. It was all very fun, and I was feeling pretty confident in my ability to avoid crashing. So when we all got to the final course, I was the first in line to try it. The course started with a really long hill going into a ramp.
Oh, God.
I put everything I had into getting some airtime on that ramp.
Why?
I had unfortunately not put everything into my plan for landing.
Okay.
I essentially did 2 flips on the ground, while the handlebar...
Chat said hold poop story. It better not be.
I essentially did 2 flips...
Thank you, Sunrise Boy.
I essentially did 2 flips on the ground, while the handlebars of my bike were caught on my no-no zone.
Oh!
I had to sit for a solid 30 minutes before I got back on the bike, and I eventually beat that one course. Had to take it very slowly, though.
How? How did you get back on the bike? That sounds very painful. God bless you for your tenaciousness. I don't know why you would ever do that. My ass would be off bikes forever. Very gingerly. So I learned how to ride a bike a year ago, 2 years ago, because I never learned when I was a kid. It's very easy. But how do people do that with their ass for that long? That shit hurts. How you sit on a bike for that long? Seriously. I guess it depends on the bike, but like, fuck, man, it hurts. Wait, seriously? Yes. I'm not kidding. I didn't learn how to ride a bike when I was a kid because my dad taught me or he tried to teach me and he was too pushy. And eventually I was like, fuck this. I'm taking up rollerblading. And then I did. I was very good at rollerblading. But I never learned how to ride a bike. And then a few years ago, I was like, I want to learn how to ride a bike. And I did it in like a week. It's very easy. But it stops hurting after riding for a week. Yeah? It's just exposure? Okay. Well, there you go. Coney, you're not supposed to ride with the seat off. Okay. A week that long? Well, I'm not doing it all day, every fucking day. It took me a week to learn how to ride a bike efficiently because I did it at 2 a.m. away from prying eyes. I did it at 2 a.m. in an empty parking lot. It took me like an hour to learn how to ride it normally, or just like not confidently, but then a little bit longer to learn, how to be confident, go down hills and shit. It takes a little bit of time. You realize that probably just made you look drunk as fuck? Yeah, the people with the security cams behind the giant food probably were like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? This homeless drunk vagrant keeps riding his bicycle poorly behind the shipping dock at 2 a.m. Some sort of side quest. Yeah, it was very strange, but I'm good at it now. I'm real good at it. Shit hurts, though. Hurts me bum.
It's allergy season, so I sneezed in class today.
Achoo.
I let out 2 big honkers of a sneeze while the professor was talking. Nobody said bless you. The teacher stopped class and silently stared at me for 10 seconds.
Why is this visual so funny to me? Somebody sneezing twice and the teacher taking it personally? He's like, and so for this equation, we take the numerator, achoo, and what we want to do is the same thing to the denominator, achoo. I didn't take that shit so personally. What did he do? It's like an NPC bugging out. What the fuck is his problem?
Nobody said I was so nervous I could only laugh and slink back into my chair, desperately trying to say I'm sorry. She just stared at me for 10 full seconds, silently.
That's the end of the story. What the fuck is that teacher's problem? Say bless you at least. Dude, teachers are becoming a recurring villain here on the Coney stream. We got to add them to the Rogues Gallery, along with the one-armed witch and the lying woman. This is a regular thing, man. Teachers be mean. We had a mean gym teacher. This person. It's pretty bad. The guy who got mad at a snowball fight. Can you blame them? Teachers quite literally aren't getting paid enough. Chatter, that's what I said earlier. They should care less. No teacher should give a shit ever. You're not paid enough to give a shit. Until society flips over and starts paying teachers what they're worth, fuck it. I don't care. Poke your eye out with that protractor. Not my job. I'll send you to the infirmary, where a nurse who gets paid less than she should will deal with it. Until they get harassed at PTA meetings and may be fired. Hey, then you move on to a different school. You know how many schools there are, bro? There's like thousands. How is this the best story tonight? It's a pretty good one. The staring teacher is so good.
Shortly after getting my driver's license, I was giving a friend who couldn't drive a ride to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay.
I was feeling pretty high and mighty about the whole being able to drive thing.
Good for you. It's a liberating
and
time.
We were parking. I told my friend, see, the trick to parking is that it looks like you're going to hit the car on the right, but it's all about confidence. So you just got to send it. I then proceeded to send it straight into the car parked next to me. Never gave anyone driving advice again.
Yeah, you're never 100% sure. I don't know about you guys. Whenever I drive and I pull into a parking spot, I'm pretty sure I'm hitting that car. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit that one right there. I never do. But I'm always like, I think I'm too close. That happens to be literally every time I go to a parking spot. But you know what I always think at the same time? If I do hit them, hey, I'm not parked. I'm getting my ass out of there. If I very lightly tap them, I'm not leaving a mark and I'm getting the fuck out. That's it. I've done that? Okay, well, I've never done that. I'm saying it as a joke. You're an asshole. One day I'll be you, though. It hasn't happened yet. I've been driving for a very long time. This has never happened to me. I've been driving. I drove in when I was 15, so 20 years I've been driving. I've never hit a car going into park on my left, on my right as I pull in. But every single time, literally every single time, I'm like, this is it. My ass is not leaving a note. What do I look like? Oops. Here's my number. No. It's a cosmetic dent. Deal with it. Classic Charger driver. Not soon. I'm getting a new car soon. My car is starting to it's starting to give out. So I'm getting something new soon. Soon I will not be a lowly Dodge Charger driver anymore. People care so much about cars. It's not about caring about cars. I like driving. I love driving. Driving is good. Rich as fuck? I'm not rich as fuck. Getting a car once in 10 years is rich behavior. I would have got it used, but dude, I couldn't. Dude, the used car market is fucked up. It's crazy. It's new? It has to be. New is the same as used now. It's crazy. I'm not kidding. I bought this car new, my Charger, and I was like, that's the one new car I'll ever buy because it's not worth it. And now the fucking used prices are so much. There's not like, why would I buy a car with 50,000 miles for the same price as new? I'm trying to buy a car and it's fucked. Yeah, it's so bad, dude. It's awful. Anyway, sorry for the tangent. Driving is this is quite a tangent. If you guys don't have your license and haven't cared about driving or tried driving, I would recommend it. I just found out that a friend of mine, I'm not going to say who, just got their license and now drives. They're like mid-20s, and I couldn't believe it. Driving is fun and liberating. I would highly recommend it. So, Void. Okay, well, yes, it's Void. Okay, so he told you guys. If he told you guys, that's fine. Because he probably said it on stream. But I didn't want to out him in case he didn't say it. I just guessed? No, he said it. Oh, he tweeted it. Okay, thank God. Phew. Yeah, Void just got a car and learned to drive. Yeah. He's not ashamed, I don't think? Okay, good. You shouldn't be ashamed. I just know a lot of people who are, like, afraid of driving or whatever. Maybe it's just me. I think driving is kind of in my blood. I have a lot of people in my family that are drivers, and I've always loved, like, road trips and shit. It is very impactful to one's life, just being around. Can I get a what for public transit? Urban chatter. You live in a place with buses? I can't. Go to the suburbs where we have to drive everywhere. Because our leaders have failed us. I bike a lot now, though. I love biking. Walkable city. I can't. He enjoys a vibrant community. He doesn't have to deal with a 30-minute commute to get anywhere. I can't.
I was a debate kid in high school with a very chill teacher coach that I'll call Mr. W.
Mr.
W was the kind of teacher who was comfortable talking about his personal life and let us slack off a bit to talk about whatever during class.
Is this a cool teacher?
I can't remember the exact context, but some of the younger kids were talking about relationships and when they become deeper.
Ooh.
Something about them becoming more adult after a year or so.
Okay.
I didn't have much to say, but I thought it would be very adult of me to ask Mr. W to chime in since he was sitting close by.
Hey, Mr.
I
W,
said
what
to
do you
him,
think?
Well, Mr. W, you're married. When do you think something counts as an adult relationship? Maybe you can spot my mistake. He then responds to me, and I swear to God these were his exact words. Not anymore. Thanks for opening up that wound.
What? Wait, did okay. He doesn't think you're Mr. Divorced. Am I an asshole for thinking the teacher's being a little bitch about this? That's not really. That's not what he's not talking about your divorce. Why would the kid be talking about your divorce? Don't be all moody, man. Mr. Baby.
Something about them.
He's
I
Mr.
didn't have
L,
much.
bro.
Maybe he then respond. I could only respond by stammering out
Okay.
an "oh" and immediately left class to go home halfway
Sounds
through
like
class.
the teacher was joking.
He did not stop me. I found out later that he had gone through a very sudden divorce literally 2 weeks earlier.
I mean, I guess that's. I don't know, man. It's. If it's fresh, that's different. Is it though? I don't think you bring that into the class. Very sudden divorces are not sudden. Well, if it's really bad, it is. If there's like adultery, that might end something quick. That would be different, I guess. I guess that would be okay. How would the kid know? Yeah, well, that's kind of where I'm thinking, but I'm trying to have a little bit of empathy here, right? No, whatever. The teacher. That never happens. G-Sync display connected. Where? Huh? It's been connected. What's your problem, G-Sync? Did somebody hack me? I have 3 monitors. Did it just send one for each? That was weird. Maybe we should pay teachers less. That's the vibe I'm getting from this stream. True?
Due to COVID and lockdowns and stuff, my 9th grade year was all virtual.
Let's change up the voice on this one. Let's go back to the UK, across the pond. Go across the pond, we'll pick up on Lucy. What's Lucy sound like?
Due to COVID and lockdowns and stuff,
love
my
Lucy.
9th grade year was all virtual.
Okay.
I had just transferred to this hip school from my middle school.
Okay.
I had absolutely zero drip. I don't know if the years of wearing uniforms or the fact that I'm a bit more on the chubby side affected my sense of style, but I just could not dress well.
Okay.
Now the hip school I moved to is a charter school with several branches. Most kids there have been going to this school since kindergarten and all knew each other fairly well.
Okay.
So I was considered an extra new kid when we finally went back
That's a
to
tough
physical
spot to
school
be in, but
starting
alright.
in 10th grade. The week before school was set to start, I decided to get a haircut as I hadn't cut my hair much during the lockdown and it was growing fairly long.
Okay.
I booked an appointment at a fancy hair salon in a nice part of my city. For context, I have thick wavy hair and curls upward at the bottom when long, but when cut short it curls
Okay.
inwards. My bangs have tons of bounce to them.
Okay.
I go and sit in the chair and show a lady an example of a haircut I want. A pretty short shag cut.
Okay.
So I go and the lady cuts my hair, and as she cuts my bangs all I hear come from her mouth is, uh-oh. I look in the mirror in front of me and she has cut off almost a majority of my bangs.
Okay.
And I know
Yeah.
for a fact, when my hair dries it will curl inwards and will become even shorter than how she had cut it.
Okay.
She has just unintentionally gave me micro bangs.
Oh no.
Even worse is after my mom paid for the haircut. and my hair fully dried. I looked into...
It was like $80, by the way. $80 is in the chat. It's in parentheses.
Even worse is after my mom paid for the haircut.
$80 haircut.
And my hair fully dried. I looked into my mirror at home and noticed she had just straight up given me a bowl cut.
Uh-oh, freestyle mode. Time to change it up.
She had given me microbangs and a fucking bowl cut. I looked just like Coconut Head.
Really put some gusto in that one. The TTS went a little crazy on that one. Wow, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised this is AI. Who's Coconut Head? Oh, from Ned's Declassified. In case you're wondering, if you are above a certain age, chat, this is Coconut Head. That's him there. But with microbangs, though. Like a young squire, right? Like someone who would till the fields in Renaissance England. Okay. That looks like Coney. Shut the fuck up. No, it doesn't.
I looked just like Coconut Head. I was completely mortified.
Uh-huh.
What made this even worse is because I had absolutely zero drip when I bought all my
Stop
clothes
saying
for school.
drip.
I had only bought clothes that feature all of my interests. So on the first day of school, I walked into this brand new campus wearing cargo shorts,
Triforce,
a t-shirt
Triforce.
featuring a giant picture of Shadow
Oh,
the
it's
Hedgehog,
worse!
an unbuttoned-up shirt that had big yellow bananas over the Sonic shirt, and Velcro shoes because I didn't know how to tie my shoes.
Ah, a repeat submitter. I see. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, he got 2 in. All right.
Featuring my micro bank bowl cut.
That's great. That's pretty good. I can picture you now. It's a good story. The super nerd skin. That's like a Fortnite skin. Yeah. This feels comically targeted. The shadow shirt with the banana button up is like, I'm picturing it in my mind's eye, and I don't know why you would do that. The confidence to pick those clothes after the bowl cut, I think you go kind of conservative after that bowl cut. You know what I mean? Just like a normal button up, khakis or something. You got to be a little bit more reserved. Don't show your whole hand. That's funny. Find a good beanie. Yeah, you gotta improvise a little bit there. It's a long story. Also, he's the brand new kid. What a first impression. Where are this kid's parents? Yeah, parents really should take a more active role in being like, son. No. I had one thing in high school, freshman year, where I thought it would be, I had this like irony phase, right? So I went to the thrift store and I found a full-on Domino's uniform, like Domino's pizza, like a worker uniform with like a, like a polo and stuff. And I would like wear that to school. And they're like, do you work at Domino's? I'm like, no. I had the polo and everything and a hat. It was just so stupid. I just dressed up like a Domino's employee. Some days I would come to school in a full jumpsuit. Like Jason Voorhees, like I worked in a mechanic garage or something. I just found like jumpsuits and I would just wear those to school. And one day I thought it'd be funny to show up in school in a full suit. I don't believe you, swear to God. Not like Jason Voorhees, like a mask or anything, but like a jumpsuit like he wears, like a blue suit or something. So stupid. And there was one day I was like, hey, I'm just going to wear a full suit to school. And my dad came to pick me up. And the reason I did this shit is because my mom wasn't awake when I would go to school. I would walk to school because it was kind of close, or I would get on the bus or whatever, so I would just be left to my own devices. So my dad picked me up one day, and I had a full suit on, and my dad is like, why are you wearing a suit? I was like, I don't know. I thought it'd be fun. He was like, are you doing like a presentation? I was like, no. And I thought it would be like cool to wear a suit because, Panic at the Disco was popular, and the whole thing was like, wow, don't I look precocious? Wow, I look so adult. You know what I'm saying? It was like a thing back then to look and I looked like shit. It was a shitty big suit. I wanted to be cool. And my dad was like, why are you wearing that? And I could feel the shame in his voice. But he didn't tell me not to do it, and I was like, I'll go change. And he's like, no, you don't have to. I was like, I'll go change. And I'm glad he did that. He just kept questioning me what the fuck I was doing. And I think more parents should do that. Dad, yeah, actually, seriously. Just like be like, what brought you to this conclusion, son? Why would you do that? Why do you think that's cool to do? I don't know why I did that. Experiencing shame gives you character growth. I think it's more that, like, the people you love and trust should be the ones to pull you aside. And if they don't because they're scared of your reaction, then that is a fault of theirs. They're supposed to be the ones to guide you. Being the suit to school kid is a fate I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. It was like a thing back then. It was like a fedora thing. People would wear fedoras. It was like a Panic at the Disco Fall Out Boy thing. I don't know. You wanted to seem mature. And it was like ironic, but also like, wow, he really cleans up well. You know what I'm saying? It's like a thing back then. It's still a thing? Is it? I don't know. Things change so much. Anime isn't shamed anymore in high school now. So things are very different. Thank you, Abeline. We get it. You were a nerd. I was not. I was pretty popular.
I went to a chicken restaurant for lunch one day with a group of friends.
Okay.
I saw a man standing near the door handing out free samples of the chicken. So naturally I took one, as I have not been to that restaurant in a long time.
Yum!
Then I realized the person holding the chicken was not an employee.
Oh, okay.
They were a customer.
Oh.
I just reached into his bag and
Got
took
him?
a piece of his chicken.
Okay, wait a minute. You reached into the bag? Hold on. You said he was giving out free samples, Chatter. I think you left out some crucial information. That's not a tray. There was a bag of chicken, and you just feast-moded it. Why did you do that?
They were a customer. At that point, I just walked away out of embarrassment and ate my meal like nothing happened.
And they didn't stop you, huh? They didn't ask a question. If I were them, I would take a piece of your chicken. I'd be following you around. Go ahead and order. I would wait for you to order. I would stand right next to you. As soon as it gets delivered, take my hand in. And I'd take a bigger piece, too. He had a bag. That changes everything, Chatter. It's so funny that people will just not confront people at all. It is kind of weird, right? You think there'd be a lot more confrontation in these stories. But shit just happens and people just bug out. It's kind of weird. That guy was probably shocked. Yeah, but you got to say something. But then again, if you don't say something in a short amount of time, it just gets, it's like the guy listening to the mom poop. So it's a little, you have a short, limited time. Otherwise, like, then you look mad, right? LOL, you mad? I took your chicken. LOL. Oh, you guys weren't here for the mom poop story? Should be here earlier. Long hair ass. You like it? It's coming out pretty good. I like this, actually. I think it only looks good if I have a hat on, though. I think it looks, if I don't have a hat on, it's kind of like, it's so unkempt. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta layer it or whatever. Take the hat off. I'm not bald. I'm literally not bald. Look at this. It's too flat, dude. That's the problem. My hair is so fucking flat. It's so thin. Like fine golden strands. It's good with the hat. I think it's good with the glasses, bro. I like the glasses. You got to get volume. I know. I don't know how, though. Get a mullet? I'm not young enough to do an ironic mullet. If I do it, it feels weird. I'll probably keep. I don't know if I'm gonna keep growing out the facial hair. I think I look pretty good. I like this look. I think it looks pretty good. I think I'll keep it like this. Volumizing shampoo and conditioner. Wait, really? I'll try it. I've never actually cared about conditioner or shampoo, so the hats don't help the volume. Well, I don't think that does that. Do they actually do anything? I don't think they stop it. Whatever. Okay, back to story.
All right, so in middle school some friends and I were in a sort of comic book club.
Yup.
Essentially one of us would read bad comics and explain it to the rest of us with the most straight-faced descriptions they could.
That's kind of fun.
One day during my turn I decided to take one of Marvel's most infamously dog shit comics, Trouble. Now,
Never
in
heard
case
of
you
that.
don't know, Trouble is a horrible romance comic about the backstory of Aunt May, Uncle
Okay.
Ben, and Peter's parents.
Mm-hmm.
The important part of this though is the covers.
Okay.
I will give you time to look at the deranged covers for the single issues.
Okay, and there's a little bit of supplementary reading. Hold on 1 second. I'll bring this up in chat. What the fuck? Wait, this is backstory for Spider-Man? Backstory of Aunt May, Uncle Ben, and Peter's parents. What the fuck is this? Thought this was Mary-Kate and Ashley. That's young Aunt May and young Uncle Ben? The fuck is this? When did this come out? 2003? Oh, this is before Iron Man or whatever. This is. Well, I look at things as pre and post Iron Man, before Marvel got cool. I've never heard of this. Aunt May cheats on Peter's mother with Peter's father, so she is the real father of Peter. What? What? Okay. All right. All right, what happened?
Now, as was normal, I brought the comic to school ready for Bad Comic Club.
Oh, wait, what happened to the... Oh, I see. I messed it up.
Now, as was normal, I brought the comic to school ready for Bad Comic Club.
Yeah.
I ran into a teacher, and they fell out of my hands. The teacher did not believe me when I said it was a Spider-Man comic.
I wouldn't either.
Neither did the guidance counselor.
Nope. You don't bring that shit to school around me. Nope, you're not bringing that shit to me. I am sending you to the counselor today. You are not tricking me with that one. Now, some of these covers are clearly worse than others, I think. I think if you got caught with some of these covers, it's not... Well, no, really just 2 of them, I think, would not get you in trouble. I think the rest are pretty easy locks. If you get caught with this one, you could be like, oh, it's just young adult fiction. Kind of weird. And then this one is like a Nicholas Sparks, like The Notebook or something. If you get caught with this one, you're going to jail. I'm sending you to juvenile hall. Don't bring this into my school. I know what you're doing. That's enough. Open the comic to a random page and just shove it in her face. Okay, there are many pages in the comic, chatter. How many are you going to show them? Well, it does say PG+. Show them the PG+. Oh, PSR? I don't know what that means. What's PG? Does that, like, rate? Do they have ratings for comics? I don't know how that works. Parents suggested recommendation? I don't know what that means. Porn equals jail? Yup, at my school it is. Send that chatter to juvenile hall. He's going to boarding school. Put him in the army. What's that the school from Bully? Send him there. Bullham Hall. I hate the Cody jail. You're going there. Don't you read Trouble in my watch. Get out of there. Bullworth. That's it. This has nothing to do with anything, but Marvel came up. You guys see that Insomniac shit? On the one hand, I'm like, damn, that sucks. On the other hand, I'm like, it's all years out anyway. And I'm talking specifically about the gameplay stuff, not about, like, other stuff got leaked, like personal information and, you know, plans for years. That shit sucks for devs. What? I don't want to talk about it because, well, I'm already bringing attention to it. A lot of shit from Insomniac got leaked. Like, years of plans, what games they're working on. Insomniac, the Spider-Man devs. A lot of shit got leaked. Also, and I was going to talk about this on stream tomorrow, the other thing that got leaked is the Suicide Squad story, the Rocksteady one. I think that shit's not bad. I don't think it's that bad. Now, the game's going to blow, because I saw the game, and it does not look good, but the story is like, that's kind of interesting. I'll see. I'll see. The game is going to be trash. Everyone says the story is ass. Yeah, but I think it's in the same way that people said The Last of Us 2 was ass because Joel died. I'm not saying The Last of Us 2 is good, but it wasn't because Joel died. You get what I'm saying? I think people are attached to their perceptions of how characters should function and interact a little bit too much. Now, I say that having been critical of the Star Wars fan base in the past, because I'm like, wow, you man babies, why do you care what happens to Luke Skywalker? And then I watched some cutscenes. I watched some scenes, I was like, oh, I get it. I get it, I'd be mad too. No, I understand. I understand. I feel for Star Wars people. But then again, why'd you like that trash anyway? Come on, relax. People tell me I should watch Andor, though. And Palpatine somehow returning. Yeah, I didn't. Fucking whatever. Andor is actually really good. I got the vibe from people talking about Andor that it is a show carried by dialogue and the writing. Oh. Hey, buddy. Oh, I can't hear you. Spider-Man Remastered cost $40 million and Spider-Man 2 cost $300 million. How is Sony not bleeding money? Spider-Man 2 cost $300 million? What? How did Spider-Man Remastered cost 40? Well, how does a port... How much did they change? Sony needs God of War 3 now. What's next on Sony's list, man? Does Sony have anything coming up? I was thinking about this, and I was going to talk about it tomorrow on stream, like during a normal stream. But, like, what is there left to be excited about? Final Fantasy? Okay. Did you look at the Insomniac leaks? No. I heard it's a lot, like, over years. But I also heard that the leaks were, like, up until, like, 2030. So I don't know how much of those are, like, new. I know the Wolverine game wasn't supposed to come out until, like, 2025. It's still a lot of time. Through 2031. Jesus Christ. Sorry to derail the stream. I was curious. Talk about games. You know how it is. Games. Talking about games, bro. Sick of these comics, bro. We here to talk about games. And gaming. We haven't had a normal stream in a while where we just talk. You notice that? We're going to do that tomorrow. We're just going to chill, talk, watch a couple movies maybe. Be a nice relaxing stream. That's supposed to be Thursday. No, gaming is Thursday, and we're going to be gaming. Boy, will we ever. Yep, and then do a sponsor. Yep, tomorrow I have a fighting game sponsor at the end of the night. 2 hours with very big IP. Beloved, huge IP. You'll see.
When I was 16, I had a dream that my brother was dead.
Oh my God!
It scared me so much I woke up in the middle of the night.
Good heavens!
I was crying so loud my brother heard me in the other room and told me to shut up. That didn't stop me from crying, but just made me do it quieter as I mourned his loss. I didn't realize until the following morning that he was alive and fine. He still holds this over my head.
That's the story. That's the end of the story. That's how it ends. Wake up, my brother's dead. Shut up! Whoa! Shut up, I can still hear him. Yeah, this is like a Homer Simpson bit. I'm pretty sure this happened on The Simpsons, but it wasn't his brother. Yeah, I think I've seen this. It's a funny story. I think it was Ned, right? Good story.
When I was in the 8th grade, we had a kid called Dan. Dan was kinda weird, but he was nice to everyone, and he was also a really good artist.
Okay, Dan.
Like, people would pay him to draw for him. He was that good.
Oh, Dan taking commissions.
So one day in math class, we were passing our worksheets around so other classmates could grade them, and for whatever reason, Dan got one of his folders knocked on the ground, and all of the papers flew.
Uh-oh! Another furry incoming, you think? Place your bets. Furry porn?
So one day in
Yeah,
math class we were passing our worksheets around so other classmates
Wait, there's
could
an
grade
important
them, and
distinction.
for whatever
Wait.
reason Dan got on if his phone
Wait.
was knocked on the ground and all of the papers flew out face down.
Face
The
down.
teacher and some kids went to help pick them up for him, but he screamed no, but it was
No!
already too late. The look of horror on my teacher's face will never
What
be
was
forgotten.
it? What was it?
On each of those
What?
pages was extremely detailed My Little Pony hardcore pornography.
That is so much worse than anything any of you predicted. Why did Dan bring that to school? Where would he feel safe drawing?
On each of, he then got sent to the principal's office and was known as the Brony Kid from then on.
Ugh. That's bad. I would much rather prefer gay porn. Yeah, I think extremely detailed human porn is probably worse in the short term, but better in the long term. Because then you're just like, oh, yeah, you know, I was curious. I'm young and curious about the body, and I went a little bit too far. When it's ponies, that's, you know, anatomy class. Yeah, maybe. Somehow worse than furry. Not somehow. Ponies are way worse than furry, I think. I think it's because furries are bipedal, right? It's like anthropomorphic. They're like human elements. Horses are equine in nature. There's no way to get away from that. It's also a show for children. Yeah, that too. That too. It's because it's My Little Pony, yeah. I think every pony can agree this is the worst story tonight. Hooves up? Hooves up? True? That's a tough one. Let's clop our hooves for this story. Okay. All right. I was around in the generation where people were bronies, and I got so fucking annoyed when people would think I was one just because I was a nerd. Be like, you're a brony, aren't you? What the fuck are you talking about? No.
In 9th grade I had the misfortune of needing to wear braces. You may know that
You kind of look like one. What does that mean? I'm just ugly. Just say I'm ugly.
In 9th grade I had
What
the
does that
misfortune
mean?
of needing to
Let
wear
me be
braces.
ugly in peace.
You may know that getting food stuck in your braces is a nightmare. It's quite hard to get anything out without a toothbrush.
I never had braces, as
so
you
I'm
can
sitting
see.
in math class right after lunch and fruitlessly
I stick
trying
with
to
my
poke a
gaps.
stuck bit of food out of my braces with no luck.
Okay.
That's when I have the genius idea of using the wire from my spiral math notebook as a toothpick. So I bent the wire as straight as I could,
Oh,
failing
that's
to notice
bad.
there was a small hook on the end of
that
it.
could be bad.
After getting the bit of food unstuck, I suddenly realized
what do
I
you
couldn't
do
get
there?
the wire out. It had hooked into my braces.
What do you do there? You're in a saw trap now. Hold on. Hold on. Then what happened, Chatter?
That's when I have the genius idea of using so I bent the wire as straight as I could, failing to notice there was a small hook on the end of it.
Okay.
After getting the bit of food unstuck, I
Okay,
suddenly
all right, it's
realized I
hooked
couldn't
in.
get
What are
the
you gonna
wire
do?
out. It had hooked into my braces.
Okay.
I had to stand up in the middle of the lecture to
Okay.
excuse myself to the nurse's office. I walked the hallway with a notebook stuck to my face until the nurse was able to snip it and end the embarrassment.
Oh, I was hoping she would
The
rip out a
feeling of
tooth or
walking back
something.
into my math class was deathly cringe.
I thought she was gonna like rip out her gums or a tooth or whatever. That's boring. You just cut out a piece of the hook? That's fine. Who cares? That's stupid. Boring. I was hoping for permanent scarring. That's what I'm saying. I wanted to see, some gore. You know what I mean? Like some flesh and blood. Braces sound like a form of medieval torture. That's why I never did them. When I was a kid, my mom was like, "Hey, do you want braces?" Because our family is like gap teeth, and it's like a thing, so you could get braces. I'm like, not really. I don't care. And it was just something that I didn't really. I don't see the point. I know, like teeth are important, right? And having a good smile is good and everything. But I'm just more of a natural guy. I don't know what the. Look at that gap. Fine with me. I can fit my tongue in it. Gap teeth are attractive in Britain. Then I gotta move my ass to London. Sorry, Coney, that real life is not a movie. Yeah, I wanted to see somebody get hurt. They do hurt at the start. The first week is the worst. I mean, like, I get why people do it. I would probably, get my kid to have it if she had bad teeth. But for me, I was just like, I don't know. I'll have natural teeth. If they're ugly, they're ugly. There are worse things in the world than being ugly. You know what I'm saying? Common doesn't mean attractive. Yeah. I think it's like, I was always like, if it gets that bad, I'll get veneers. Fuck it. I'll just get veneers. If it's that bad, I'll pay for good teeth. Who gives a shit? To be honest, your teeth aren't bad at all. They're not good, though. They're strong, which is weird. You'd think they'd be, like, falling apart and shit, because apparently that's, like, a thing in my family, but these things are powerful. Being ugly can stop you from getting married and finding love in a way if you want to be that deep. Oh, definitely. No. I listen. The benefits of being attractive are numerous. Don't get me wrong. I'm not naive. But when I was a kid, I was like, why would anybody do that? Who cares? I'll just have natural teeth, whatever. But I also was like, I don't understand why fake breasts are a thing. Why can't women just be comfortable with their bodies? That you should just be natural. And then as I got older, I had an understanding. I was like, well, some people aren't comfortable with the body that they're in, and they would like something just for themselves and not really for anybody else. It's not really for a guy. And you just kind of, you go through different perspectives and learn things as you get older. Attractive people develop trust issues, grass is greener kind of thing. Yeah. Well, attractive people, there's the whole idea. Well, it's like rich people. Do rich people really have friends? Right? The bumbling oaf finds solace in his appearance. Yes, it is God's will. Yeah. Bro is lessening. Yeah, I'm just trying to help you, Chad. I'm trying to teach you something tonight, okay? The theme of tonight is that your teachers have failed you, so I will be your teacher this evening. You're a cool guy, Coney. No, I'm just wearing a backwards hat. It looks cool, though, right?
When I was in 5th grade, I moved to a new state, which meant a new school. The elementary school that I moved to was having a new building being built that was going to open when 6th grade started.
Okay.
And the building we were currently in was set to be demolished after the new school opened up. As such, my teacher gave us an assignment to draw our favorite memory of being a student while in that building.
Okay.
Me being the new kid, I didn't have too many things that I could draw, so I brought that up with her and she just said, do your best, or something like that.
Okay.
The only thing that I could think of that I could draw was we had a maturation seminar at some point
I don't know what that is.
And since we were allowed to draw anything we wanted, I decided to draw that.
What is a maturation seminar? Some chat is knowing, some chat is awaring. I can use context clues, but let me see. Google was not helpful. What, just sex ed? Is that what it is? Google did not help me. Show us? There's nothing there. There's literally nothing there. It's not, let me search for it in quotes. The Mysteries of Wood Maturation Seminar at Tales of the Cocktail Convention in New Orleans? The fuck is this? Is this a cult? Is that a fanfic? Dry Ager Meat Maturation Workshop. That's about jerky. What the fuck is this? Okay, whatever. It's sex ed. Let's move on. It's sex ed. It's sex ed. Let's shake.
And since we were allowed to draw anything we wanted, I decided to draw that. The teachers all got a kick out of it.
Puberty seminar.
And the pictures all went up on the wall.
I don't know how I got the right thing when I Googled it, but Coney didn't. Wait, did you really? Dude, I got like classes near me, like community college. What happened?
The teachers all got a kick out of it, and the pictures all went up on the walls lining the hallways around the 5th grade classrooms. Thankfully,
I got a bunch of
memory
business
serves,
seminars. That's what I'm saying.
My name was written on the back, so no one knew that it was me,
Okay.
which was nice because I remember watching people walk up to it and die laughing. If they'd have found out it was me, I'm not sure I could have lived with the shame. My parents love this memory, and they still have the picture somewhere in their house.
Okay, so wait, I'm confused. You draw your favorite memory of being a student, and so you drew a sex ed seminar as your favorite memory. That's the thing here. That's the end of the story. You know, I think this would have been better if you just said sex ed. I think us getting Stunlock kind of killed the flow of the joke, and maybe that's my fault, chat. I'm sorry. I ruined your confession. They're British. Maturation seminar in grade school.
My parents love this.
Oh, whoops. Change up the voice, shall we? Wales? What does Wales sound like? Oh, it's AI. I can't do this voice. Go back to the U.S. We'll go with Will.
When I was 16, our high school was preparing for prom stuff, and the school was forcing girls in every homeroom to volunteer for the ballot of prom queen.
That's
our
weird.
class since freshman
force you to
year
do
had
it?
been voting this girl almost unanimously to win every year, and the teacher didn't know. She
Okay.
was really weird, so it was a joke, but she got benefits from doing it, so she went along. It became genuine as a tradition over time instead of a prank.
Okay, so a girl... Yeah, so this girl is getting picked to win every single year, just kind of as a ritual every single year, and it's not mean, but you also don't think she should win. It's like they're kind of like rebelling against the system on this. I dig it. Okay.
Joke, but she got benefits.
Well, it said that it became genuine over time. So it started mean, but it's kind of bullying that become. I could see it. I feel it. It started mean, but I think it's fine now. I get it.
So
now.
while
Okay.
our homeroom teacher was there trying to
I get
get
it.
people to volunteer, she was just looking at any girl in desperation, because if empty-handed the staff would yell at her. She
Okay.
eventually gets to the girl next to me who was fairly pretty, and in the middle of her trying to persuade her, I just said, "Come on, why don't you volunteer and get this over with? You already know you aren't going to win." The whole class erupted in laughter. She stood in embarrassment, and I remember the teachers didn't know the tradition.
Okay,
My face
that's
goes
pretty
red,
good.
and I just went, "Yeah, you can punch me.
That's
I
pretty
deserve
funny.
it."
Honestly though, the teacher's just walking up. Oh wait, there's more to it. Sorry, hold on.
Know the Come on, why? Know the tradition.
Wait, there's
My
more to
face
it.
goes red, and I just went, "Yeah, you can punch me. I deserve it." Everyone got a good laugh, and the teacher just thought I straight
yeah.
up told a girl she was ugly to her face.
Well, I don't like that the teacher is walking up to pretty girls and like, hey, you should do it. You're pretty, not like these grenades around the room. I tried to think of a word for an ugly girl, and the first thing that came to my mind was grenade because of Jersey Shore. Oh my God, you guys! I realize you guys wouldn't know that. You guys don't know grenades? You got to jump on the grenades at the club. Sometimes you need your boy to jump on the grenade. Get crazy, get wild, get crazy. You never saw Jersey Shore? You never see that with Pauly D in The Situation? Come on, man. Get crazy, get wild. That's incredibly sexist. Yes, it's the Jersey Shore. That's how we do it on the shore. Get crazy, get wild, get crazy. Only 3 things I care about: gym, tan, laundry. GTL, baby. That show is funny. I didn't know you were into reality TV. That's kind of sad. 1, don't fucking judge me, CJ Cool 98, you 25-year-old. 2, Jersey Shore is great. I watched it by accident once. It was on MTV, and it was just on. And I was like, wow, this will be funny to, like, laugh at. LOL. Watch this. These guys are so silly. And then you watch it, you're like, damn. Paulie's kind of cool, actually. Unironically, if you watch one episode of Jersey Shore, you will love Paulie D. It's actually really good. Seriously. Vinny's great too, although Vinny seems kind of like a weasel. You know what I mean? Vinny seems like he's too spineless to say anything or speak up, so he's like friends with that. You know what I'm saying? Watch Jersey Shore, bro. Good show. I watched it by accident when I was at the beach once because we had it on in the background, and I was like, wow, this show's pretty good. I don't watch it like regularly. I just, I didn't watch it like all the way through, but the stuff that I saw, I was like, damn, this is nice. What's his name? Who's the name of the fucking meathead? What was that guy's name? Mike? He was with Sweetheart Sammy? God, that guy was fucking crazy. Ronnie, that was it, dude. Ronnie was fucking nuts. Put his head through a wall. Ronnie needed help. That guy needed some help, man. All right. Sorry, go watch Jersey Shore, bro. What's your favorite word for an ugly woman? I don't know why I couldn't think of one. That's kind of mean. Battle axe? That's the ugly. I don't know what to... I'll just go grenade. I'll just say grenade. I'll keep doing that. Undo not answering. Oh, so chat's going to be all woke now. Coney's chat got woke, I see. This is the end of the good stream era. Now we're just going to go Kathleen Kennedy style. Okay, I see. Woke Coney stream. Topsy undo. The Cone She stream. Stupid. This is stupid. LMAO -2. There's a friend of mine that you guys know that watches videos about the MCU and has fallen down the rabbit hole and will drop Disney hatred randomly in conversation. You probably can guess who it is, but it is wild to me. Also avoid. I'll leave that one up to your imagination.
One day in high school.
Like actually or unironically. I can't tell. I can't tell if it's earnest or ironic. I think it's earnest.
One day in high school.
But I say a lot of shit for jokes all the time, so who am I to say what's real or not? You know what I'm saying?
One day in high school, I had to go to the bathroom, and the nearest one at the time was at the entrance to the school.
Uh-huh.
I walk into the bathroom and can see that 2 of the 3 stalls were occupied. So I took the handicap stall.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure our school didn't have any handicap students anyway.
Uh-huh.
It was a big one and I was scrolling on my phone. So I was in there for about 10-15 minutes. And the people in the other stalls finished and left within the first 5.
Yeah.
When I finish up, I walk out, look to my left and see a boy in a wheelchair giving me a dirty look as I exit the handicap stall with 2 obviously empty stalls next to me. I look away, giving my hands the fastest rinse, then get my ass out of there ASAP. Ever since then, if I have to use a handicap stall, I don't linger any longer than I have to.
This happened to me at Watch the Throne. Not a joke. This happened to me 2 weekends ago. This just happened to me. And I don't even know if the other 2 were occupied. I think the handicap one was just bigger. There's so much room. I feel so fancy. I'm pooping like a billionaire. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I think there was only one, I think there might have only been one other stall, and then the handicap one, but I walked out, and there's a dude in a wheelchair, and I felt very sorry. So, the big stall for a big streamer. That's it. King of the Castle. That's me. Yep. Yeah, I felt really bad. But also, it's not going to stop me. I do it all the time. I'm in airports all the time. I take the big stall. If I have a choice, I will take the big stall. That has only happened to me one time. There is only one time that somebody has been outside waiting for me, and it was at Watch the Throne. That literally has never happened to me any other time. If it happens 2 more times, I'll stop forever. If it happens 2 more times, I will stop. Until then, he will not stop. I might stop. I might stop. Dude, the handicap one is just so good, though, right? There's so much room. I'm not hurried. I'm not rushed. Nobody's peeking in at you because there's like a corner. They go around the side. Oh, I thought I was bleeding. It's just like red there. All stalls should be handicap stalls, true? I just think we all need better provisions. Why don't you take a poop in the woods then, you animal? If a wood had a bidet, I would. If I could get like a nice creek or a spring and just... If I could like squeeze a frog, you know, just get him to shoot. What the fuck? Like a Disney princess, you know? Just soak it up and... Shrek posting? That is a Shrek. That's very Shrek behavior, isn't it?
My dad is a pilot for a commercial airline.
Okay.
That being the case, growing up, my family was able
you
to
lucky
fly
duck.
for basically free.
Is this a repo? Oh, no. I did this. I tried this earlier to test the reader, so this isn't a repost. I just saw it. Okay.
That being the case, since we did that a lot, a few airports became almost like a second home.
Okay.
When I was probably about 6 or 7, I went to the restroom with my dad.
Okay.
After my quick piss, I went to wash my hands.
Can y'all not say piss, man? Don't say piss. Let's say pee. When you went potty.
After my quick piss, I went to
quick
wash
potty.
my hands and saw my dad
hate
doing the
that word.
same. Me being the funny ADHD kid I was, decided I was gonna run up and smack.
Oh shit! Me being the funny ADHD kid I am. Ads right now. So you got to hear the end of the story. I'm so sorry I forgot to snooze. Ads. Subscribe with Twitch Prime or Tier 1. We play ads once an hour. Unfortunately, it's right now. I didn't pop a snoozy. If you subscribe with Twitch Prime or Tier 1, you get no ads though. If you go below the stream and click subscribe, there's a little check box that says Twitch Prime, or it's right up there on the screen. If you hover, it'll say subscribe with Prime. Go ahead and do that, or pay me $5 a month. The choice is yours. Sorry about this. I did not snooze. I'll see you in a couple minutes. Or just wait for a very friendly chatter, a very Christmassy chatter, maybe a Santa-like chatter to give out some gifts. Thank you, Ryan the Lion. Thanks for the Prime.
Me being the funny ADHD kid I was, decided I was
gifting
gonna
Gary,
run
yeah.
up and smack my dad's butt so scared.
Thank you, big-ass gorilla, for popping the gorilla ult. Dun-dun-dun. I should get the ult sound. Thank you, E. Compton. Thank you, Dragonclaw. I didn't want everybody to pop their ult. Thank you. Now I feel bad. I should beg more. Thanks for the ult pops, fellas.
Me being the funny AD.
Why they got the same ult? You guys should have different numbers. I think one of you should have 10 and one of you should have 50. You guys can decide which one, but you can't both have 5, you know? We need to have differences in our characters.
Me being the funny ADHD kid I was, decided I was gonna run up and smack my dad's butt so scare him or something.
Scare him?
I proceed to run up and go Donkey Kong jungle beat on that ass.
Why?
Smacking each cheek multiple times.
Why?
It was only then I realized this wasn't my dad. As a complete stranger turned around to look at me. Mortified, I quickly ran out of the bathroom crying.
Oh my god! Oh my god! A little toilet gremlin! Oh! The little kid going for the high score? You didn't see that one coming? No, I didn't! I didn't think it'd be that punchline. Dude, I thought it was gonna be like some guy walked in as it happened, and then my dad yelled at me because he was embarrassed. I didn't think that was the ending. Oh my god! Imagine being that guy. Yeah, imagine just getting sexually assaulted in the bathroom. The fuck is that guy's problem? And then walking out crying, or sprinting out crying. That guy thinks about this every time he uses a public restroom. I bet he looks behind him a lot now. He's always like checking both sides. He thinks you're gonna like come out of the toilet. Toilet gremlin. Oh, Smack Shack! Thanks for the 15. See, he got the best doll. That's what I'm saying. Happy holidays, Smack Shack. Thank you so much. Thanks for the 15 gifties. That's the best doll. That's power creep, bro. Smack Shack has the strongest ult in the game. You know what I'm saying? Explaining why you're crying. I thought that was my dad, and I slapped his ass a bunch. That's funny. You're waiting for your flight that got delayed 2 hours. You're hungry. The airport food sucks. You go to the dirty-ass bathroom, and as you're washing your hands, this absolute fucking toilet gnome plays your ass like bongos and then immediately leaves. You spend $19 on Dairy Queen or eating your double cheeseburger in shame, and then you go to the bathroom to relieve yourself, and then this fucking kid just... By the way, that did happen to me. When Mal and I came back from Jamaica, that Dairy Queen was fucking $19 for a double cheeseburger combo. Kill me. Don't go to Jamaica. It's fucked up. Oh, that didn't happen to me. Not this story. I didn't get bongoed. No, I meant the paying a lot of money in an airport. No. That's not as interesting of a story. No. I'm silly. I'm sorry. That would be a funny bit if I meant to do that, but I didn't mean to do that. I'm very silly.
Back in high school.
I can't be bongoed. I don't have a butt. I got the Hank Hill thing.
Back in high school, I was doing a course in classical civilization.
Bro said course. Oh, look at that. You need to take him ass to English course. Am I right? Huh?
Back in ancient Greek and Roman history.
Oh, wait a minute. New patch update. New patch notes. E. Compton's ult has been buffed. To a large degree, actually, E. Compton is the strongest in the meta right now. Wait, Smack Shack kind of bad, actually. He's not even good, and he's not holly or jolly. He hates the holidays, old Grinch ass. Smack Shack is poor and hates Christmas. E. Compton is the holliest and jolliest of all, and we all know that. He is the holliest ult, the jolliest ult. He's got the Christmas spirit, true. Now, hold on a minute there, player. Thank you, E. Compton, for the 20 gifties with the strongest ult. Heard all the Smack Shack mains are switching? Bro, Smack Shack main subreddit, they're having trouble over there. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Street's saying the win rate's going down, bro. I'm just saying, I'm about to switch over. Please don't take this as I don't. It does feel weird to say somebody is weaker because they didn't give me more money. I'm joking. I don't want to be. Please don't wail out. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. It's funny, but it's also I don't want. Okay, back to the movie. Okay.
So ancient Greek and Roman history.
Gorilla mains are low-tier heroes. True. That's the Godolph main. That's the Godolph main with the 5 gifties. That's what it is. See, Ferd's power goes up and down randomly throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? Ferd is the RNG because he lets you pick 1 through 20. That's what it is.
So ancient Greek and Roman history, festivals, myths, temples, and stuff like that. On holiday in mid-February, my friend and...
Ironic begging is still begging. You're right. I'm sorry, chatter.
On holiday in mid-February, my friend and his family went to Greece, which was at the same time as a festival where they celebrate fertility by throwing around wooden and leather phalluses.
What?
While he was there, my friend thought it would be a great idea to get me a rainbow-colored one to show off in class.
Okay.
So he puts in my school bag while he's over, and forgets about it for a while. About a week later, everyone's bags were checked as a result of a drug search. Later that day, I was called to the principal's office.
Giant rainbow wooden cock. Jeremy, please come to the office. It's about the giant rainbow wooden cock.
Later that day, when I was told to go in, I walked in on him, sitting with my parents, holding a 9-inch rainbow penis in his hand, and didn't know what to do, so I started laughing.
And it's wood! And it's wood. We can't get away from that, Pat. Let us not forget it is a wooden dildo that needs to be addressed.
When I was suspended and had to write an essay on why not to bring sex toys to school.
This is why we need ChatGPT. I'm not writing that fucking I'm not writing that. Leave that to the robots. I'm fucking writing that essay. My essay would literally be, I did not do that shit. I guess saying it's your friends is an easy answer. Is this really a thing? Greece Fertility Festival. Hold on. Thesmophoria. Oh, yep, there it is. Yep. This wild penis festival celebrates the Greek god of lovemaking with phallic parades. This is true. You guys can look it up yourself. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on in Greece? Europe is weird, man. I watched Men, the movie Men, which is like an art house A24 film. And I watched it the other day because I was like, oh, I love artsy-fartsy, pretentious stuff. And apparently in Ireland or, in the UK, somewhere over there, they have statues. A lot of statues that, like, depict women, like, with labias? Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know what they're called. There's, like, labia statues everywhere, which is weird. They're like statues of fertility or something. I don't know what they're called. Though I know what a labia is called. I'm saying the statues. They have like it's like a 3-word thing. Women can have those. That is a thing women have. Okay, I get that you're trying to epically dunk on the streamer. I know women have labias. I didn't know that they had statues of women holding their labias open. Cut this out of the fucking video. This is weird that I'm talking about it this long. If you saw the movie, you would understand. They had those in London last time I was there. Was that movie universally panned? No, people said it was good. People said it was too artsy and like the message wasn't. It's like Mother. If you guys have seen Mother with like Javier Bardem and Jennifer Lawrence, it's a movie about God and the planet Earth, but it's like very metaphoric. I watched it on a plane. I was like, I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. Yeah, it's like that. Coney watches a lot of movies. I like movies. I think movies are cool. I like pretentious artsy movies. You know what I'm saying? It was written in 3 weeks and it shows. Wait, really? What, Mother? I like Whiplash. That's like, okay, I'm gonna be a hipster. I was gonna say everybody likes Whiplash. That's like the artsy movie for people that don't watch movies. But then again, I'm a fucking entry level guy too because I don't watch any of this French shit. So who the fuck am I to judge? Dude, I saw people complaining about Skinamarink on Reddit today. Oh, thank God, felt so validated. What a shitty fucking movie.
I'm a digital artist, getting ready to sell prints of my work at Comic-Con.
Are you on Reddit? Oh, I'm wasting time. Just chilling.
I'm a digital artist,
Midsummer's
getting
good.
ready to sell...
Shut up! Can we stop talking about movies? Can we stop now? Midsummer's a good movie, okay? It's a good movie.
I'm a digital artist, getting ready to sell prints of my work at Comic-Con.
Furry? Ponies? Porn?
I'm being extra careful to pick out work I think will sell well and make poster-sized prints of them. But I also get the idea of getting smaller postcard-size prints.
Okay.
I do some shopping around and find that Walmart is the most cost-effective place to print at.
Okay.
So I pick out some artwork and send them to the printers.
Oh, this dude's gonna get 1 hour
I pick
photoed.
shit like cute axolotls, Bridget from Guilty Gear, Noelle and Susie from
what's this last
Deltarune,
one?
and very last minute,
What's the
I get
last
the
one?
idea of adding Diane Foxington to the pile for all that sweet furry bucks.
I haven't seen the movie, but is that the fox from the animal bad guy movie? That's who that is, right? Yes?
I make sure the Diane prints are sandwiched.
Look it up. No.
I make sure the Diane prints are sandwiched between other prints.
Animal bad guy movie. That's what it is, right? It's like they do heists and shit.
I make sure
it shows up on Peacock when my daughter watches Mario Bros. Is on Netflix? I don't remember. It's on one of those.
I make sure the Diane prints are sandwiched between other prints because it's very bedroom eyes kind of furry art.
Sure, okay.
I go to pick up the prints and find that they hadn't actually started printing them yet. So they decide to get started.
Okay.
I watch in horror as this poor, tired Walmart employee prints out several large postcards of cartoon characters in gear hoodies and Jury Han from Street Fighter.
Yeah, you gotta do that shit privately.
And right at the top of the pile, somehow, was Diane Foxington in a tight blue dress staring back at this May with a very real "do me" look.
Okay.
I try not to look him in the eyes, pay for my prints, and walk off.
There's gotta be a more private place to do this, right? How do you do this without revealing your shame to the world? Surely there's something. Home? Yeah, but like not everybody is a printer. I did this, well, not with these things, but I did this with character portraits at Kinko's once because I was doing the IRL tier list or the Smash tier list, and I went to a print shop to do this. And like, I hope they didn't ask too many questions because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, it's for a video game, blah blah blah. But it's not embarrassing really. But I was like, can I do this not at home, not at a store, so I don't have to explain this to somebody? You know, I wish I didn't have to go somewhere to do it, but I went to a local print shop. But at least it wasn't porn, or Jury, or Bridget, or that Fox lady, or cute axolotls. It's Walmart. I guarantee they've seen worse. It's true. That's true. People be printing shit at Walmart, I bet. I bet they do be printing shit at Walmart. That's a good point. True. What's wrong with Bridget? Don't try to get me, Chatter. I see what you're trying to do. Don't try to put me in a corner.
I was a senior in high school, single and desperate.
Try to put me in a
there
box.
Was this girl who I had met a couple of months earlier and was attracted to. For privacy reasons, we'll call her Lynn.
Okay.
I had heard from the grapevine that Lynn had a crush on me.
Ooh!
Fast forward to middle of October. And Lynn asks me to come to the closet in the band room.
That's just a trap, bro.
She asks me a question.
Oh,
do you
hell
want
no.
a kiss?
His ass got
I was
stuck.
shocked.
Uh-oh.
Naturally, I said yes. We leaned in, and then she pulls out a Hershey's Kiss from her pocket and puts it to my lips.
You fucking bitch, Lynn!
Naturally, Lynn laughed and I screamed. A couple of days later I find out that Lynn had been in a relationship for 3 years. To this day, that is the closest I've ever gotten to a kiss.
You fucking bitch! Why is her boyfriend cool with this? Why is her boyfriend... I am a men's right activist now. That's it. I'm red-pilled. It's time for me to go my own way. He probably didn't know. What the fuck? I would tell... Well, I wouldn't. I was going to say, would you tattle to her boyfriend? Because then he'd be like, wow, epic own, Lynn. You got his ass. I would have said yeah, I fucked your girlfriend in the band closet. You're good talking to her about it. Make sure somebody saw me go in there. You know what I'm saying? Just throw it back on her. Whatever, man. Just do it the other way. Say it went way further. Whatever. Or at least she kissed me. Let's go. Fine, we'll meet in the middle. Fine, she kissed me. How about that? Teens can be ruthless and cruel. I thought that was going to end with other people being in the closet. Like, I imagined a big-ass closet. Like, everybody's in there to laugh at them. I don't know why I thought that. She gave me a kiss. Speak without lying. There we go. Wise Chatter. Because then she has to explain it. Ooh, then she has to explain what she did. And then the guy is like, that's weird. Why did you do that with him? Ah. I see. She made a small joke towards me, and I took it personally, so I blew up her entire life. Yeah, Darman story it. That's what I'm saying. By the way, how's Samir doing? I gotta check out on Samir. See what he's up to. This is a fucked up story. Break them up, then get with the guy. Oh, okay. That's powerful.
My freshman year of high school, I was dating a junior who was the sister of one of my childhood friends.
Okay.
I had grown away from said childhood friend due to us having different interests, but I had grown close to his sister. My parents were kind of strange about me having a girlfriend, so I would just tell them I was going over to hang out with my friend.
What do you... Okay. That sucks. Whenever I hear parents being weird about that shit, it's like, yeah, what does that mean? Like, it might be innocent. It might just be like they pried too much, or they like were like trying to embarrass him or something. It might not be that bad.
One night I was having a sleepover with my friend when I get a text from my GF. She asked me to come to her room. I was very innocent and bad at picking up on social cues, so I just thought she wanted to hang out. I opened the door to her room and she's in her underwear.
It's one of these
I thought
stories.
to myself,
Clueless. Yeah.
She asks
one of
me
these.
if I wanted to sleep with her, so I said sure.
Okay, well, that's a little, that's could have been a little bit more explicit, right? Nap time. When you say somebody's sleeping with someone, that's a very polite, like, news way to say it. Right?
I took off my shirt, laid down in her bed and fell asleep. We broke up a few weeks later, and a few years later I realized what she actually wanted.
It's fine. I think guys are, okay, years later is a little much, but I get it. I had some realizations later, years later, that somebody was into me that I didn't reciprocate and I didn't act on. It happens. I've done that before. You can't defend this? Sure I can. I think guys are, and not to get all, I'm not trying to go all fucking, I'm not going down the rabbit hole here, but I think guys are kind of conditioned to not see anything but the most obvious, upfront, clear sign that somebody's interested. I think some dudes are kind of socially conditioned to not make any assumptions in that regard. That's it. But that was that. Yeah, but that's the thing is, like, you could always rationalize in the moment, well, why was she in her underwear? If she wanted to have sex, she would be naked. You know what I'm saying? So she was wearing underwear because she sleeps in her underwear. So why would... You get what I'm saying? I think the male rational mind sometimes will find any excuse it can to not act. Seriously. I'm serious. This has happened to me. Okay? Not like, recently, but like in the past. I get it, man. There are a lot of missed opportunities when you're younger. It's fine. That happens. Acting is scary because if you're wrong, you fucked up. Yeah, imagine if it's imagine how life-ending it would be if he was wrong, if he read the signs wrong. And there's always that hint of doubt. It was just like, hey, man, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's like a real thing. This is a different cringe confessional story if he got it wrong. Well, then that's crime confessional, right? Well, no, it's not. That's stupid. It's going too far. I kind of want to do crime confessional, but people already sent a lot of them. In case you guys don't know, when we started Cringe Confessional, the first thing people did years ago was like admit to like murders. Not murders, but like actual like felonies, because it's anonymous. I started like really streaming like 3 years ago. And this is one of the segments we did, I think like 2 years ago or something. We started this like 1.5 years or 2 years ago. And people used the anonymous form to like, it's not cringe. One of the first episode, I think, features a story of a guy stealing someone's dog and then leaving it somewhere. Like, taking it in the back of a truck and then leaving it. Yeah, the dog thief, yeah. That's in the first episode, I think. Oh, they kept the dog. Oh, that's what it was. They stole the dog and just kept it. That's what it is. People still get things off their chest, but it's more innocent now. Yeah, God bless Keen, Frizzle, and E. Compton for sorting through. Obviously, I can't sort through the submissions, so they sort through them and pick the ones that come onto the stream because I can't pre-read them. So every time we do a Reddit review, too, they also go through the stuff to find the good stuff. Thank you, SP, for the tier 1. Bless the mods. Chatters treated it as confessional at Catholic Church. Well, that was the original intention for this stream. The original intention for Cringe Confessional was to like make it weird and like a cult-like thing, and then we turned it into more like a public access thing, which I think is probably better because I wanted it to feel weird and parasocial and a little creepy. But then there becomes like, okay, but doing that ironically still might be uncomfortable and weird. You get what I'm saying? So we went the other way. I wanted to keep it lighthearted, but you know how it is. I'm not confident in irony on the internet anymore. Let's change up the voice. We got a couple left. We go back to UK. How about Charles then? Let's do Charles, shall we?
When I was around 17 or 18.
I forgot about Charles. I love Charles.
When I was around 17 or 18, I worked at a restaurant as a busboy. One day they had me deliver food from the kitchen to the dining rooms. I was bored, so I decided that, while I was carrying the food, I would slowly spin around until I got to the area where I was supposed
doing
to
tricks
put it
with
down.
it. Okay.
I
All
got
right.
another guy to do it with me, but I quickly put an end to it when bumped into a customer and dropped one of the plates.
Very silly.
Everyone in the room looked at me, and I went all red in the face.
Very silly
What's
indeed.
worse was that one of the tables nearby was the person who ordered that specific plate. I was super lucky I didn't get fired. But
Bro
I
tried to
had
put a
clean
flourish
up
on
a
it.
mess in front of the whole room.
Hit the
I had dropped water before, but dropping someone's food, especially when you are doing something so stupid, feels way worse.
Yeah.
Lesson is that if you are working in food retail, do not toy with people's food.
Yeah, don't do 360s and tricks. I don't know if that needs to be said. Don't be pulling like 1080s. My first table I ever did, I used to work at a Bob Evans. I told this story before. Probably on Cringe Confessional. Just skip this part of the VOD if you've heard this before. My first table ever. Wow, I see Vince removing bans on people. Anybody just now get unbanned? Did you guys get banned for posting assy art copy pasta? Is that what happened? Be honest. Did any of you guys just get unbanned? Is that what it was? Yep. My mods warned you. Stop scary clowning. Did my confession get read? Yeah, that was a fucked up story about you listening to your mom poop. You should have just told her you were in there, man. Really weird of you to do that. Thanks for the confession, though. Oops! I forgot. They're all anonymous. What the fuck is Scary Clown? Stop. I know you know what it is. I don't want to do it. Don't do this. This is so stupid. Stop. No. I think they were banned for like a week and a half. It's fine. They've learned their lesson. It's over. I forget what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, I've told this story before. One of at my job, I used to work at Bob Evans, and I used to wait tables. My first table I ever waited on was a table that I spilled pink and strawberry lemonade on. It was on a Sunday, and they were going to church, and they were in their Sunday best, including suits and dresses and everything. Lemonade all over the table, all over them. Whoopsie daisy. It happens. I wasn't doing tricks though, so I wasn't trying to 360. Waiting tables is hard, man. In their defense, the Scary Clown bit was very funny on Drunk Void. He was so drunk.
I'm epileptic, and once after a seizure I woke up to the standard. A pair of paramedics in the room, asking me questions with a stretcher on standby.
Oh, Jesus.
What wasn't standard this time was my reaction when one of the paramedics placed a hand on my shoulder to help keep my balance.
Okay.
As soon as I
Did
felt
you do
him
it?
touch me, I squared
Okay,
up,
yeah.
and the bitch was ready to throw some hands
All right.
if he didn't back to
Yeah. Combat
he just
engagement.
put his hand
Yeah.
up like I was pointing a gun, cracked a couple jokes about it, and luckily no large muscular men were punched by a 5 feet tall woman on that day.
Okay, sure.
But that's not even where the story
Just
ends.
hit the Donald Duck, just like one of these, squaring up.
But that's not even where the story ends.
Okay.
No more than 20 minutes after that, while waiting in the hospital hallway for the nurses to prep my room,
Okay.
I started hitting on the other paramedic.
Okay.
I was telling him how cute he was, asking his age,
Yeah.
if he's single, all the
All
while
right.
having no recollection of the boyfriend I already had
Whew!
at home.
You hussy!
Post-seizure lupiness and memory loss can lead to interesting interactions sometimes.
Oh, God. Damn. I hope I never have one. That's why I choose not to have seizures. I won't go under for any I won't ever be on the silly gas or take any of that medication. I'm never going under for anesthetics, and my brain will never shock itself into a seizure. No. Guys, I don't think this is an AWOL moment. Come on. Come on. Come on. This is different. It literally is. It is not! Accidental AWOL. That's an oopsie AWOL. That's an oopsie doodle. That's a big mistake. She's lying, but she didn't know that she was. That's what I'm saying. If you don't know you're lying, it doesn't count as a lie. And I'm not lying when I say that's it for Cringe Confessional, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. That was a really hard seg. I wasn't able to pull that off. Thanks for tuning in. We got through another 40 confessions tonight, on December 19th. Hey, Merry Cringemas. I forgot to say that joke at the beginning. We workshopped that one before, but now this is a special treat just for you for making it to the end. Remember to like the video, subscribe, like the video. Is it doing tricks down there? Is it like lighting up and doing the thing? Like the video, subscribe, like the video. Comment below if it worked. Say goodbye, chat. There they are. Oh, God, wait, I gotta turn off the... Oh, my God, no. Okay. There we go. Hey, say goodbye, chat. See, I put the party animals up. Ta-da, they're all gaming. Look at that. Check it out. Thanks for watching, YouTube. I'll see you next time. Like the video. I know it's fading out right now, but you can see it. Is it still doing the thing? Is it magically lighting up? Like the video. I got 5 things to tell you right now. Like the video. Exquisite. I forgot to start saying I got 5 things to tell you. I got 5 things I need to say to you. That's so good. Good movie, man. It was a good night. It was a very good night. Handpicked by our curated cringe masters, Keen, Frizzle, and E. Compton. Bless both of you. Coney, the screen goes black the moment you start waving with it. I'm like, wait, New Balance patch. Wait. Play of the game. Wait, Smack Shack dropping the all 25 gifties. The meta has shifted. We have our new king of the meta. I don't know how he does it. 25 gifties. Huge buffs on the Smack Shack. Unbelievable power creep. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. It was a fun stream tonight. I had a good time. It was good. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is actually, and I'm very excited for this. This is going to sound weird. Tomorrow is going to be a regular-ass stream. I feel like we've had a lot of concept streams and like content or whatever, or series. Tomorrow, we're going to hang out, react to a couple movies, maybe watch some movies, maybe play some Cinetune Nerdle. Just relax. It's going to be a good time. And actually...
Special shout-out to Superior...
Guys... I'm actually very excited for this. The top 10 strange roller coasters from around the world. Theme Park Crazy just put out another one. I'm liking it before I even watch it. I gotta know the top 10 strange roller coasters around the world. Love it. This vid is not gonna hit. Well, then we'll stop doing it. I forgot he was sponsored by Solitaire. Yeah. Why did you stop adding YouTube to the stream? What do you mean? Oh, like YouTube streaming? Because it hurt my numbers. Like, I think it fucked with my YouTube numbers because my numbers were down for a while. Because what I think was happening was people would see me streaming on YouTube and wouldn't click on it, so they would stop getting recommended the videos. Because the YouTube audience is different from the Twitch audience, you know what I mean? So even, like, series that we thought would do pretty well just started doing bad. I think that's what happened. I heard you hiding the replays was fucking your algo up. Really? Is that what it is? It was something. I don't know. Something was screwing with it, but I don't really care what it was. We'd just not do it. Plus, if you have push notifications for everything, it also push notifications to the streams. Yeah, you know, it was a fine experiment. A lot of people didn't end up doing it, but... Oh, shit, Coney, go get the package. Oh, shit, you're right.